motherfucker.
Welcome to episode 68 of Adventures in Excordia. Finishing our intro tonight is Norvin. Take it away.
The heat death of the universe is going to be a lot colder than you think.
Heat death.
Introduce the rest of us.
Why the fuck? Pyro playing Karn.
Someday they'll remember my name's Cairn. Like Karn the Betrayer. my
Shane
shade
playing
axe?
Morgana.
Ooga.
Tristan playing Silver. I almost said Silver playing Silver.
Idiot.
Oh, can't wait for Back to the Future 4.
And the cause of the heat death of the universe, Fergus playing Zankari.
It's still alive, just different.
You have no idea.
And our DM and being caused many headaches, Connor.
Thank you. Now I'll go ahead and deal a card to Fergus for something. I don't know. Probably paying him off or something. I don't know. And one to Norvin for a great intro.
He said, I don't know why I'm giving him a card. I just feel like he won't destroy me somehow. Like,
Well, there's only so much of me left.
It's the remains that's left in the rubble.
And then one for Norvin for doing the intro. If you all haven't picked up on the pattern yet, 3 weeks ago I had Shane do the intro. Then we sat in awkward silence because I tried to throw to Pyro last week. And this week I threw to Norvin, Silver, and Zankiri. I mean, you know what to expect going forward.
I sure like Markiplier.
I
No,
thought...
no.
No return
Nope.
for another introduction.
Don't worry, Connor. I'll dutifully do the one next week.
Hell yeah. Oh, you just really need the honor for episode 69, huh?
Oh no, that's not the joke, Connor.
Yeah, it's about what you told me, isn't it?
Punch a puppy!
I might not be here next week, guys.
Oh.
Missing episode 69. Tragic.
Tragic.
Our Valentine's episode, and he can't even
There's
bother
a really crash joke I could make there.
I'm scared.
Look what I rolled.
-1.
With his powers combined.
We round up in this realm.
I can't give you another card for rolling a 666. Then I'm just showing favoritism. Last we left off, the players killed the universe by changing a pivotal moment in history long ago.
Hang on. Players? Plural?
You were present.
I left the portal!
You were present.
I feel like the only people that should be affected is me and Zankiri because everyone was outside the portal.
The portal didn't close until after you sucked the thing in. You just felt the ground shake, and you stepped back through your rift and it started to warble. You all stepped through. That tear started to close, and then extremely quickly you saw that Time Star just kind of suck into itself and disappear. And you all suddenly feel a shockwave ripple out, not in like any kind you felt before. Just the exact opposite feeling of what it was like to be afloat in limbo, or the astral sea. You feel time ripple. And suddenly you see half the stars in the sky disappear. On the starboard side of the ship, there appear to be stars and galaxies. On the port side, void, inky blackness.
And Daryl's gonna look at Zankari.
Did
and
I
say,
do that?
"Mary, what did you do?"
Did I do that?
Yes.
He
I think
he
you did.
captured something. Something with one eye.
Eye monster tried escaping into our reality.
The ship lurches suddenly. And you all see the lights begin to dim.
Oh no.
I imagine that's not good.
I imagine a lot of things aren't good right now, Doriel.
We should probably go check the engine.
You hear like
I'll refrain.
a bell on a string shaking for the equivalent of your emergency siren.
I go off, check our engine, see if there's actually still a heart in there.
There is. It's not beating though.
That's not good.
And those little infernal flames are starting to die down.
Oh dear.
You estimate you have about 30 minutes, Silver, until everything goes dead, including the thing that produces air for you.
Then Carrie, fix
Okay.
it.
We have okay. Let me see. Do we have any? What are the electrites on this thing? If I can probably hotwire it as a.
A good idea. You have the poison electrite that you just attached to your weapon system. You have the strawberry one that you have on the flavoring. Morgana's bike, I believe, was at the fort, not on the ship. Right?
We've had on the
We,
ship.
we've
right?
always kept the bike on the ship. We don't
Then
take we don't
the
take the
bike.
car out of the fort.
Right. I'm just going through every piece of electrite you have. So you have Morgana's ocean bike, the poison. I think Zonkiri, you took one of the flesh with you, right?
Yes.
He planted them.
You planted one. You had two. You had
Mhm.
so you took one flesh with you, and then you got the strawberry. I'm gonna double check the Fort Nix map real quick, just so I can look at the list. Yeah. So the poison and the ocean bike one are the same size. Then you get they're small. Then you get a tiny flesh one and a minuscule strawberry flavor one.
Okay.
So
So, what is the bike run on?
ocean flavored
Ocean.
electrite. It gives the bike the ability to drive over water as if it had water walk and spit out a fog cloud.
I am. Well, it would probably be bad to use poison. I
Big
think
man
the strawberry one is too.
Too small.
I feel the
Correct.
strawberry one is too small, so I'm gonna go to the bike to quickly go to the bike, rip out the ocean one, and try and see if I can't make this a steam engine.
Okay. Give me an engineering check to try and install it and adjust what you need to adjust.
Okay.
This is too relaxing. I need it a little tense. It's deep, like soothing sounds. It's like your oxygen's at 5 minutes.
I'll throw in a flash of genius that I still have.
Okay.
Start playing Subnautica.
So it's a 28.
Okay. 28 will work. As you attach the I'm actually going to ask you. You know that you can succeed on whatever plan you take forward. I'm going to ask you how you install it. Do you fully turn off the flames in your engine and then go and install the or are you just trying to power something specifically with this one? Basically, are you trying to leave the heart there and then find a room to stuff in another power source, or are you trying to take it out and put another one in its place?
Okay. The heart is not beating, correct?
Correct.
For right now, is the holy sword still there?
The spear is still impaling the heart, yes. And it's still glowing. It still seems to be magical. and doing its effect. It's just the heart seems to be shriveling up.
Okay. What do you guys think? I save the spear and we just take the. I just make it into a steam engine?
I think if you can just hotwire it in to keep life support running for now,
Yeah,
because
I'll
we don't.
actually do that.
Because
I'll use the.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was just saying because if we take the heart off or out of there, and then everything goes back to normal.
The heart goes AWOL. Yeah, I was ready
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I will
I'll
remind
keep
you
the
all
heart there for right now.
what it took to keep the heart subdued. That spear requires the person who stabbed the heart, their soul is trapped in that spear. So it takes a willing creature to sacrifice themselves to re-subdue that heart.
Okay. So
That didn't make-
knowing that, I will keep the heart in there, but I'll try and try and set this into probably into one of the pipes, make it turn or ship into so liquid can go into the fire area, sort of turning it into a steam engine.
Okay. You wire it up and add specific priorities to the life support systems.
Yeah.
And they are working. You all suddenly feel a breath of cool ocean air blast through the vents. You can vaguely hear the sound of crashing waves somehow. There's like a seagull every few minutes, just. uh,
Anyone else get the sudden desire for deep fried kraken?
and after that 30 minutes, you will notice that your all the the check engine lights come on. The ship is not moving. But
The air conditioning is working.
yes, basically, the engine goes fully cold.
Uh,
And the lights cut off.
oh shit.
Good.
There's just like the power outage, like red lights along the trim of the ship. Give you an idea of where the edge is.
Emergency lights.
Yes, that's it.
So turning this into a steam engine didn't fully work.
Yes, but you have a very big ship. Now, if you had managed to have the living electrolyte you had with you, you probably could have gotten it all. But for now, the ship seems to just kind of.
In the absolute worst case, we could try and use the sun shard.
As you pull out the sun shard,
Task
Karen,
force. God damn it.
it is like glass, see through.
Oh. Well, this isn't.
Anyone else getting the feeling that we perhaps did a bit more than clean up that time rift?
I think you broke something.
Let me just try something real quick.
Hello, God. Are you there?
Are you
Okay.
there, God?
I'm gonna tentatively reach out in that connection real quick, just like, hello.
So you're reaching out to Ilvian?
Oh yeah, yep.
Roll me a. Are you spending a spell slot or anything for a commune or?
I don't know anything. I don't think I have something prepared. Let me run through it real quick.
Okay.
Communes, what?
Can
Fourth
Andariel
level?
try to poke Giasa?
You may. While he's looking at this, what do you say? What do you say as you kind of pick up the line?
Hey, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can I help you?
She ain't
Know
know
who
you
I
are.
am?
You're one of my warlocks.
One of. Okay, thank you.
The line picks up. Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Good.
Okay. Well,
How are you?
I'm good. Things are great. All of y'all's returns are coming in very well. Have you prepared your quarterly report yet?
No, I will get on that immediately.
Wonderful. No rush. If you need a little extra time, let me know. But I won't be pushing back our
How's the
meeting.
father? Joking.
Anyways, best of luck out there.
Thanks.
Click.
Oh, man.
All right. I don't have
Looks
commune.
directly at Zankiri, pointer finger, fix it.
So Connor, I don't have commune prepared, but
Okay.
can I try a channel divinity real quick?
Absolutely. What are you worry less about the written down channel divinities? What are you trying to do as you channel your divine power?
Pretty much, I'm just trying to channel the energy and feel if there's anything fucked up with the connection.
You can do more than that if you want.
I'm not sure what else to do. uh,
Like if you wanted to try and use that like ascending between your god or something.
Oh
Okay.
no, we may have messed up the timeline, Karen.
yeah, yeah.
I am now afraid of my own sending stone to my parents.
If you recall, there are two entities who
You're
marked me.
telling-
I'm about to
you're
try the
telling
other
me.
one.
Oh, you try and contact the.
No, not yet. First, I'm trying the good one. So yeah, I'll try and use it as some sort of pseudo sending to like get a ping off.
Okay. What does it normally look like if you're trying to commune with Ilvian? Where you would normally sit down a ritual and ask questions to Ilvian, and she would sort of sit opposite you and answer.
He's sitting cross-legged on the ground. His head is bowed as his eyes take that a sort of bloodshot look as looking in the vague distance.
I'm going to fill in the blanks here for you.
Mhm.
Where there would normally be a sort of crimson red lotus flower appearing to form a seat for Ilvian, there is now an icy white snowflake that covers part of a 5-foot circle on the floor as that ocean mist sort of rolls in and swirls around, and you see some figure clouded in it glaring at you with glowing white eyes.
Wait a minute. Oh no.
And you see, after the eyes appear, icicles forming a crown. You very much recognize this not as Ilvian. Give me a religion check.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Give me a very easy religion check.
Okay. I did my homework. I know I'm staring down a bitch. Where the fuck is religion? There it is. 13.
This is your boss's boss. This is where you're from. This is an over deity.
Yeah. Vitar in it.
And as you drop your channel divinity, it looks at you and says, "I don't have many followers of your rapport left. Where have you been hiding?" And the ice begins to spread on the ship, creeping towards you.
You better say fucking wrong number and hang up.
Yeah, I say, you're not Elvian. Click.
Oh. Give me a spellcasting check, DC 12, to dismiss the connection.
Doink.
As she starts to reach out of the mist, and you see these like stiletto nails of ice start to reach out, and you just wrong number. Dismissed. But the ice remains for a minute.
New cleric, who dis?
Finishing that religion check, you recall stories of Vitar being this brutal, violent, unforgiving god who.
Yeah, Ilvian is like one of the only decent-ish out of that brood of godlings. So.
Yep. And Vitar is known for being a very nihilistic, "you will do what I say" type of god.
I just hung up on her. Anyway.
You are a little stunned that you were able to hang up on her. It strikes you as a little like the ease at which you were able to banish her and she doesn't immediately apparate and turn you to ice makes you kind of swallow hard.
Yeah, I stand up and just shake off the icicles a bit. I don't like I said, Gary. Yeah, you broke something.
Why do we assume it's me?
Dork.
Your iron
I
flask
look
is
at
vibrating.
the iron flask.
Yeah, the iron flask is vibrating.
It is vibrating.
Okay, it was probably me.
You think?
All right, so let me put it like this: I serve what is essentially a minor god. I just contacted Boss Lady, and there's no trace of the other one, and I was still able to hang up on her. So, ¿por qué?
Was there somebody else who had a question about something? Silver, do you want to try your sending stone?
I've been actually Silver is actually looking at it, being afraid if the sending stone would even work.
You want to try it?
Okay. I will probably I will probably say hello, Mom, Dad. Ship broke down. Call Aunt Apple for a tow, please.
You get a response. It's kind of shaky, but you hear, "Ship? We thought you were just running to the market. Why? How would you have a Do we need to come get you?" They say you get an overarching tone of confusion that it sounds like you said gibberish to them. They don't understand what you mean when you say, "My ship broke down and I need a tow. Call my aunt." They're like, "Huh?"
He's speaking in strange tongues.
You get the response from your mother as if she wonders if you have a fever.
Did he just butt dial me while talking to one of his friends?
Right. This is just a one-time
Mm-hmm.
per day thing. So I'm like, oh crap.
If you want, you can try and use your poison electrite to recharge it, and I'll have you roll to see if it succeeds or breaks the item. It'll start out low.
Nuclear vent. He's talking in tongues.
Every time you succeed, the DC will get higher to try and recharge it with your high voltage battery. If you are interested.
For right now, I'm holding it away from me, and I'm not gonna recharge it. Right.
I'm actually the strawberry electrite. If you wanted to cannibalize that, would be something strong enough that you could keep using it on repeat. That's something that's not gonna
I'm just
overload
going to put it back there, and it says, "There's a second me out there."
What does your face look like as you say that? Describe that to your party. Worried, excited, scared.
I'm kind of like bug-eyed.
Zonkiri looks at him and goes, "Oh, twinsies, me too." Well, me four, I suppose. We four?
You're
Right.
already a paradox in this world. I don't even know if there is a second you anymore.
Connor. Check your DMs.
Checking.
Yeah, you aren't a native, are you? Which, No, I'm not gonna. Karen, thanks for a second. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh. You're right. I suppose I really don't exist in this realm.
And as you all watch, that sort of ocean fog rolls over him and he disappears.
Oh,
great! The only other smart person here just disappeared.
And Daryl fucking instantly vaporizes you.
Is the flask on the floor?
No. But Zonkiri is standing on the back wall, pressed up against it to spook you all out.
Boom.
Okay, Spectacles, good.
Your heart
I could have saw
does
that
kind of
coming
hurt.
a mile away.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Quiet, witch leaf.
It was a good setup.
Got this.
I liked it.
I will say,
I am-
Zonkiri, as you cast a spell, something feels weird about it. It almost is like feeling you push a muscle too hard and you've torn like a ligament.
Okay.
You feel like there's something you've lost from casting a spell. If you want to reflect on it for about 10 minutes and cast Identify, I'll give you more detail while the party discusses.
Sure.
Was there somebody else that was filling in on something?
No, I don't think so.
Was there not? Morgana, is there anything you wanted to try and check? Oh, actually,
Morgana
I need
is
a
doing exactly
constitute.
what I said, and staying very quiet and not doing anything, not trying anything, so that I don't dissipate.
I forgot. I actually need you to make a con save at disadvantage.
Get plot hole, bitch!
You evaded my sight until now.
No, I was in the shadows as everyone else was going through this shit.
You were pulling the
Like,
Drax special.
Maybe I can escape. Maybe I can escape.
Your entire racial line is going into the box.
I live, maybe.
You firmed a tie.
Morgana's now just a CR0 human.
No!
The chainsaws are gone.
No! Just fucking kill me.
Morgana, as you take a step, you suddenly feel the equivalence of your heart skip a beat as you suddenly plank forward and go face down on the ground, as your system's oscillated from high power to low power, high power, low power, high power, low power. As you kind of move twitchily.
And Daryl will bend down to try to help her and try and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Your chest opens as an emergency protocol, and you'll see the stone in her chest lights up, then shrinks dark, then lights up, then shrinks dark.
Zonkiri, flesh electrite.
Whoa!
Why?
I think Malera is still alive.
Yeah, and we have
You need
to
the power
have
source.
some. And the flesh one, I'm gonna see if this gonna make her a real girl.
Hold on. There's a reason I packed these. And Zonkiri pulls out one of the Megan. Hey, just siphon her off into this.
What do they see you pull out?
One of the Megan I have on the ship.
We've seen the Megan. We've seen them tons. Unfortunately.
This thing.
You gotta refresh. Oh my god. I see.
So and how are you powering Morgana with it?
I think Silver wants to use the flesh electrite to see if he could
use it as a power source.
Okay. Give me an engineering check to
Morgana
very easy
now
one.
has to eat and sleep.
Morgana now has Gale syndrome.
How
She has to eat
would
magic
the
items.
spirit be? That spirit thing
No,
help?
I'm not feeding my shit.
No, I was asking Zonkiri that.
Oh,
Huh? Oh no, I was saying if you need to siphon off Malera out of Morgana, you can put her inside of this. It's a pre-made body.
Oh.
I made it myself.
It's just
It's
trap the
very
woman
nice.
so.
I'll just do an engineering check with the flesh electrite. See what happens. Hey, I don't want Morgana to somehow turn into a giant strawberry.
Morgana gently grabs onto your arm. Please don't cut me in half.
I'll try my best. Engineering check, go. I'll throw in my last flash of genius for today.
For a 20,
For 20.
you wire in the flesh electrite. You close it up. Morgana, your power cycling problems finish. And you have a pop-up that you have critical updates that require a shutdown and restart to implement.
There's no delay this for another day. It's just the
No,
countdown for
yes,
10 seconds. And
it-
she's just like looking for the X button, like, wait.
It's a 20-minute countdown that does not close, that obscures your vision.
Okay.
But she gets up.
All right, that crisis event for now. Good job, Silva.
20 minutes.
I have to ask
Okay, so-
Connor. Is like part of my hand still metal?
Yes.
All right.
And did you want to reach out to the other thing?
Hell no.
Ah, exactly.
Please don't reach out to the fucking demonic serpent.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna in our time meeting, I'm gonna talk about to the incarnation of pure gluttony. Yeah.
No, that's what powers your ship. This one's just ceaseless hunger. It's just
Oh, I'm sorry.
there's
My
nuance.
bad. Didn't mean to misrepresent the giant fucking infinite worm with a Y.
Do you have a definition of gluttony?
Nuance. One just one of the demon you have in there is like really fat and loves food. This one just never is full. But anyway, what are you all doing in these 20 minutes as Morgana is staring down the tunnel of a forced restart?
Cradling her head in my lap.
Figuring out what the hell's going on.
Okay. That investigation check or that identify will finish in half that time. Don't carry. You don't detect a weave. You feel that your bodies are charged with energy from where you were around the weave before, but there's none around you. So you have the energy in you for the spells you have prepared and what you have left. But once you spend it, it doesn't just come back on a long rest. Luckily, you have many soul coins and archaeomancy.
What about Andariel?
Yours seems to be fine. Joss is still there. You still have a pact with her. You would still get yours.
Is there a way to figure out if there's another Andariel around somewhere?
You could try going into your ring. It would theoretically be the same place.
I don't want to get Joss's attention again, though.
You could always, if you have a scry spell.
From the sound of it, Gias has got a whole bunch of cubicles she shunts you guys in rather than being in her back room.
True.
And she's got a whole bunch of warlocks and they're doing session reports for her. I think she's got a whole bunch of people now.
Don't worry, I'll just call Vitar again, and she'll give me a real good answer.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I
I
got
like
this.
that one.
Divine intervention. Summon Vitar.
Yeah.
Connor,
Yes.
I know Zunkiri did a bunch of reading up on the history of this war before we got here to figure out where we needed to go.
Correct.
Has he learned enough about it to piece together what's happened?
I'd say it'd take you about 30 minutes, a chalkboard, and a lot of red string, but yes. Where would you like to set up the conspiracy board where Zonkiri retraces the change in the timeline?
They did not expand the universe. The gods did not expand the universe.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm giving you a card.
They did not hate our old party enough to say, fuck it, we're dividing and expanding the universe and we're controlling our
Speaking
own
of which, what the fuck happened to the old party?
Yeah, this is out of character.
I'm,
Stop
didn't
slamming your
expand-
desk!
I did actually give you a card, Tristan, for remembering my lore. And for the very funny comment after about the gods didn't hate the last party so much to expand the universe to get away from them.
I mean that did happen.
I'm just gonna keep the deck out for as you will remember lore things.
Des would call Des again. Make him call Ventura a bitch.
So you all are eventually here. Zonkiri have a loud aha moment below decks. Does anyone remain above decks? Morgana, you have about 2 minutes before you black out.
Yeah, I'm.
No, it took him
I'm
half an
below
hour.
deck,
You'd be out.
Still trying to get the engine running.
Okay. Give me an engineering check. Trying to get everything running off of it.
At least trying to get us propulsion.
Okay. Morgana will be shut down by the time Zonkiri retraces this timeline stuff. Did you all want to take her to... And Daryl, did you want to take her to her room and let her lie down while she updates?
Yeah.
Okay. 25 silver. You've made a manual switch. You've done the math. You can run on your without your... You kind of have it set to switch back and forth between running the life support and the engines. So you can fill up on all the air you need, then do the engines for a bit, and then switch back to the air. It gives you about 8 hours of travel time if you do it like that.
Right.
So you have 8 hours of spacefaring flight before you have to let it sit for 8 hours. No, sorry, 16 and 4. Or 16 and 8, excuse me. 16 hours of travel, and then you'd need like 8 hours of it just doing life support to recycle all your used air and stuff.
Right.
So you've got it usable, mostly. It's just the ship will stop when you all sleep, for the most part. You are quite proud of what you're able to manage, though. You're running a like a kid's 4-wheeler on about like a bunch of 9-volt batteries taped together. So you're kind of impressed with yourself.
Oof.
As
By
you
the
kind
way, does anyone want a strength check card?
Already got one.
I'm good.
Oh God, I wonder what happens if I use Lance Taylor's sending stone.
I'll take it.
Is any here? Because I already have 2 of these. So that's my second one. So there you go. My card to you.
Karen, what were you doing in the interim while Zonkiri was plotting and figuring out what went wrong?
Well, I was checking my spells, and the one thing I could have really used at this entire point is not prepared. Or is it? No, it's not.
I'm going to do you a favor, Pyro. I'm going to say you do this in your room, and you see your consecrated Ilvian statue there.
Oh, fuck.
It is still blessed and consecrated. Your word of recall is still set there. And somehow, this altar is still working.
Lightly touch it.
You feel the similar feeling of touching the hands, feeling your God's presence when you touch it. But it's faint.
Connor, please don't tell me I accidentally trapped another god.
No.
No.
You just killed her.
Connor.
Yeah.
No, alright, Karen's going to... I'll kneel at the altar and pray for the best I got. Just... Oh, shit. Just thinking if it, no one I can send to... Sending to myself was probably a bad idea. Time paradox fuckery.
You touch yourself, and all caster gets sucked into a black hole.
Worth.
Killed it.
It's like he does that, but he sees Castor the moment before he does it, and it's like just a completely normal place.
Yeah, it's just fine. All the vampires have been gone for years. He's like, oh,
If I
Even
can't be
even
happy,
funny,
no one can.
the vampires and every other denizen are getting along. And you just see them strolling, and they're just like, "What is that? A fucking black hole?"
Karen has a racist boomer moment. No.
Oh yeah, didn't you
Look
hear?
at
We cured the need for blood from living creatures a long time ago. We all feed off the artificial bloods now. It's made out
No.
of cherries.
No. Black
Tastes like
hole.
cough syrup.
Destroy.
sphere of annihilation expands. Just
Alright, let's see.
so as you're praying, that about covers where everyone is.
Yeah.
Morgana,
I
you
add
will.
one last thing.
Okay.
Morgana would have took out the chainsaws, took off the wings, so that if something weird does happen to her, that stuff doesn't get affected, or if she loses herself, she can't use that stuff.
I know you were thinking, Shane, if my arms become flesh and I pop out the chainsaws, am I gonna?
No,
Wolverine. Wolverine.
No, not Wolverine. It was gotta be like fucking Chainsaw Man. The bitch is about to fucking rip right through. But I did think of that, and that would be hilarious. But it was more of if things fuck up and I lose control of myself, I just buff those things. They hurt.
Perfect opportunity to add shackles to Morgana's bed and nobody questioned it.
Uh,
Oh, so that's where the extra adamantium went.
15 minutes after her shutdown, and Daryl, she begins to wake up, and you notice there's a slight change in her. You place your hand on her cheek, and you feel warm skin. You still see the metal parts, but now it seems that she has fleshy components. You trace your finger over her lips. You feel breath.
How are you feeling?
How is Morgana feeling?
Overstimulated. As you come back on, you have all of your previous robotic things, but you feel like the organic systems have been hyped up, been wound all the way up, and you just feel kind of jittery.
This this is strange.
As you kind of
Stay
reach out
calm.
and you feel the warmth of Andariel's hand directly, not just like a pressure sensor. You feel an emotional sensation through touch.
Morgana instantly hard focuses and just starts grabbing Andariel everywhere.
Oh, oh, oh. May not be the time for this.
Looks around as one hand on Andariel's face, one hand grabbing her leg, just looks over everyone else around. Reluctantly moves hands away.
You feel a heartbeat, Morgana. You open your chest and look
Would
in.
Morgana even know what a heartbeat is?
You've stopped plenty before.
Okay, unironically, that was a raw line.
It goes hard, I'll
Oh,
admit.
nice.
Thank you. As you open up your chest, you see that Malira stone is now encased in a heart. Like it is sort of fused into one. It forms like half of it,
I'm getting out of there.
and you see like a mixture of the blood and life fluid flowing in through your veins.
She will close up her chest. And after a moment of considering, will pick up Andariel and put her head right on her chest and listen to her heart.
Oh,
So you're listening to Andariel's heartbeat.
Yes.
I literally weigh nothing to you, don't I?
Still. You hear her heartbeat, and you feel yours, and you feel the rhythm between them before they eventually sync. You just kinda hear it.
Morgana's just got a big old grin on her face. And she
Can
just
I
starts
feel her
spinning
heartbeat?
around. You just start spinning around with Morgana as she's just listening.
Nope. Okay.
You're holding
Did
on for dear
Morgana-
life, and Daryl.
Did Morgana just giggle?
Yes, we did.
As about now is when you hear that aha moment, and everyone starts to rally around in the kitchen where Zonkiri has graffitied the walls with his red string, pinning things together. You gather, Zonkiri, that historically there was a great event in Archaeomantic history where a whole planet must have been erased, the one you all went to, by this time calamity thing that you took. From that event, people lost their faith and were worried about archaeomancy. The gods made the weave and somehow or another convinced people to give up archaeomancy and eventually won the war in favor of the divine. Without that, uh, without that event to sort of revolutionize people, people
Cascade.
people stayed with archaeomancy, and judging by what Karen told you, you pieced together that the gods lost that war. And archaeomancy now reigns supreme, and the gods are prey.
Oh, suck it. This is entirely out of character because he would have no references for this. But it's too funny not to say. So, in essence, I shot Hitler, and now there's no Israel.
We hear a Dice-aster children.
Makes sense?
Oh my god.
Holy fuck, Lois.
It's an apt
Well.
comparison.
Yeah, it is.
So,
I mean,
uh,
you and I.
Okay.
Told you it was funny.
and decide, what do we do?
We
the other
want this.
the other part of the explanation. You gather the reason you all weren't entirely erased by changing the causality is because of how close you were to Limbo. Given Limbo's nature, you doubt anything in there follows any kind of timeline consistency. So being close to it when everything got rewritten spared you a little bit. So you all are out of time. You gather from what you heard from Silver that there are other versions of yourselves out there who lived in this world, or perhaps died from the conditions of it, living their lives in this godless setting. You gather that, one, there should be a planet here that you all saw previously. You feel an inkling that you might want to try and find out what happened to it or where it is. See if you can figure out a way to go back and put the thing you took back. Could try and reset things. That would require some work and time, archaeomancy, and your expert is back in a non-existent world. But you do have some things from his time, something that would have probably not changed since he came from a time when archaeomancy was still big. You still have that box of tuning forks from Bofflin. You have places that you can reasonably assume still exist in about the same location. You also gather that that sort of buffer from Limbo that protected you all won't last forever. Eventually, you all will
Peace.
either cease merge with your counterpart, or become permanent, and the changes in the timeline will also become permanent.
How does that work for somebody whose history basically doesn't include this place?
You gather that you don't have a doppelganger, ironically.
Yeah. You no longer have a doppelganger.
The
Pretty
only
much.
one that had an actual fucking fake copy of himself no longer does.
Exactly.
And everyone else has one now.
Because the
Where
planet
the
that you
fakes?
originally popped in on doesn't exist. There's nothing. You will be fine. You'll continue to exist no matter what, Zonkiri.
Hmm.
Because you didn't exist in any sort of canon way in the old world.
So yeah, that's basically how everything's going at the moment.
So this is my masterful assassination attempt to kill you and your world. You have 48 hours before you cease to exist.
Well,
Judging by
That's-
your faces, I think about half of you want me to undo this. I'm not sure about the other half, though.
Oh, last thing. The advance in technology for things like spell ships came about with that divine age. You gather that there probably aren't any spell ships like you have now, and that's why, as you were looking over some of the lights and stuff, Silver, you chime in to help him with this. You all don't see a way to activate your plane shifting abilities for the ship. There's no network for it to. There's no highway like you all previously drove on. It's just
okay.
more classical D&D setting technology.
So we have. Oh, great. So I can't even. Oh, does that mean I'm probably the only artificer in the world? At least
About that.
technologically speaking.
We've gone back to 2015 D&D.
Finally, after all these years, one D&D has died. What did it cost?
You just
Everything.
Everything.
your doppelganger. Unfortunately, that means your doppelganger is a mystic.
And what, Zonkiri, must we give in return?
So we have what 48 hours, and we have
No,
to
not actually 40
navigate
hours.
I think he.
A new
I think
star
he was just
system?
briefing when he said
Yeah,
48.
I was joking that this was all Zonkiri's master plan to kill you all off and take over the world. That you all have much
Morgana-
longer than 24 hours.
Morganis is curious though, because Morgana's an amalgamation of things, of creations. Malira may still be perfectly fine, but the other parts, if we're back to regular D&D setting, that makes it a little complicated.
Golem moment.
Karen's
As
offhanded
much
comment kind of
problem
strikes you
as
with
as much problem as Traco has been. Traco is highly advanced technology. If it had been reverted to a primitive age in comparison, what does that mean?
Karen's offhanded golem comment kind of strikes you as you realize you have some flesh on you, and you have a feeling that your result would probably be slowly turning into a flesh golem.
Yeah.
Oh, she could turn into a reborn.
Oh.
A reborn.
Yeah, basically PC flesh golem. No, it could also be a straw golem with that. But,
wanna go home.
Scarecrow.
Karen's Zonkiri doesn't have ideas of what would happen to you because the place you're from doesn't exist. But neither did Silver's planet, and he got through to his people.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Mm-hmm.
My big time.
Karen.
What did you kick? Dude, nothing. I just slid my. Bro, it's a whole.
The floor attacked. Floor stabbed him.
Floor hit him with a 1d4 piercing.
I muted him for his sake.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Karen, why don't you try doing the sending to that vampire bitch you talked to?
And ask her what?
I don't know. Anything.
That what on Ilvian's green graces am I supposed to ask?
I am this close from curling into a ball. Oh god,
Maybe-
just leave me
maybe
alone for a minute.
What if she's not even a vampire?
What if I'm a vampire? I don't know.
A vein pops out on your forehead, Karen. The idea of you as a vampire.
Morgana
Never been
pats
more-
you on the shoulder and then realizes how much different touching you is to touching Andariel, and then she starts poking you everywhere.
Just.
Boop, boop,
Alright, I mute him.
boop,
Unmute him.
boop, 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 boop.
Connor.
Okay.
I hear you. I'm getting there. Welcome back.
Do it. There you
That explains why my push to talk wasn't working. I was on voice activation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my brother came in.
No, you're good.
Apparently, he got attacked by the floor and has a
Yeah.
splinter the size of like my finger in his toe now.
I said the
Oh.
floor did 1d4
Ah.
piercing.
go.
I'm gonna take like 10 to deal with that.
Okay.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Surgery time.
Yeah.
I can do the things that I needed Dunkary to do from the DM side.
Did you
Alright.
hear he did surgery on a grape?
Not in this
I
setting.
cast Guiding Bolt on
Uh,
Connor.
yeah.
Can I, with the aid of autopilot Zankiri, figure out if contacting myself is a bad idea?
You gather. I mean, you would probably open up a line with them. You're still close to Limbo, so you're at the least risk here of causing any paradoxes, because Limbo doesn't follow any rules. You could try.
Okay.
It would be a good way to test to see if there's dangers of interacting with your other selves.
In case I turn into a singularity, I'm gonna go to the other end of the ship.
Okay.
I'm gonna let everyone know what I'm doing, and then and then I'll go to the ship.
Let me know your message.
Yeah. Need to type this so I can get good time.
While he's figuring out what he wants to say, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Pretty much, we need to figure out what was the name of the planet?
Which one?
The planet that we undid the fuckery on?
You did not know the
Yeah.
name of it.
We only
did not
knew
know.
as it was a planet on the end of the time rift because everything about it was obliterated.
Correct. Yeah, you knew that. Vofflin said that he couldn't find records of the names anywhere in his searches, but he remembers there being kind of like if somebody asked you how many planets are in the solar system, and somebody said 7, you'd be like, "Wait a minute,
There's 9, motherfucker.
no." Not how science works, but I appreciate the effort.
Viva la Pluto, motherfucker.
So he went and investigated to try and figure out where this missing thing of data was, and found the location of the time rift. He never actually gave you the name of the place because he didn't actually know it.
Okay.
It was just general knowledge that he knew there were X planets, and historical things said there was one less. Zankiri will produce, aka the GM, will let you know that decent places to start your investigation on how to undo these things. Vofflin's tuning forks that you all found in his tower. He had one to Elysium, the Nine Hells, Gehenna, Celestia, and Bitopia. Or, well, I'll let you finish.
Wait, what tuning fork?
So remember when you all found Vofflin in the Shadowfell?
Oh, right.
You found that
So
box of tuning forks? Zankiri deduced
Does
that
Zankiri still have it on hand?
he does. He deduced that if Vofflin was before whatever this event was, whatever tuning forks he had probably still are planes that exist. So you could probably try any one of those and at least get out of the dead of space. And with
Makes
Karen's
sense.
word of recall, you at least have a way to get back.
Connor,
Yeah?
where recall's not prepared.
It doesn't have to be prepared. Once you set it to your place, it's set.
He meant just casting it.
Yeah, like you need to prepare it, but the location would still be set.
Yeah. Can I still prepare spells?
I will
when we
say
take
that
one
above
rest?
board for you, Karen, if you are in your sanctum here in front of your alien statue, you prepare your things as normal. Other places, there will be a check to make to see if you fail to recover any, as Vitar still wants clerics, and you're kind of just leeching off her network.
Yeah. Do you mind if I just like slap off a blade barrier? I'm not going to use that quickly.
Uh,
And then move it out.
you all can take a long rest here. I mean, you've got the stuff. There's no rush.
And move recall.
Just take a long rest. Everybody refresh their stuff. I know that recharging it might get tricky if you all aren't on the ship.
So do I get my spell slots back?
Yeah. While you're in your room where your shrine to Elvian is, you recharge as normal.
Okay.
What about
Then
Zonkiri?
Then the day.
The only thing he spent was his racial gift thing. He just feels a little twang in his stomach as he just kind of converts some soul energy into that misty step.
Well, there's that.
Before we do the long rest and we discovered something, I want to sneak off with and actually do charge the sending rune.
Okay.
A bit after.
You kind of, as they're going over this, you kind of grab the strawberry machine while they're going over it and pop the electrolyte out.
I was gonna use the poison one since I didn't want to completely destroy the strawberry one.
It wouldn't destroy it, you're just unplugging it.
Okay.
And the strawberry one doesn't run the risk of blowing up the stone. The poison one has so much, plugging it in has a chance of just blowing up your sending stone because you're trying to plug your phone into a
the side effect is every
so
third.
like a
there's
power
a tuning
station.
fork. So there was. I'm just going to. I'm doing this away from people so I could just ask. Because I know if I do a long rest, my other self would return and it would confuse my mom.
I gotcha.
So right now I'm just going to do a quick thing and I'm going to say, hey, Mom, I'm just curious, what plane do we live in again? I seem to forgotten.
You hear a response. Dear, are you okay? We only live on the one plane. We live on the prime material.
Is that one of the...
They're that primitive? Oh.
Oh god, we've gone back to campaign 1. Where's
No,
New Moravor?
I meant... I'm trying to think. What were the names of the tuning fork thing?
Elysium, the Hells, Gehenna, Celestia, and Bitopia. Those are all, as you know, like outer planes.
Oh, outer
prime
plane.
material.
Not prime material.
Correct.
Okay. So we can't even... Is there even a way for us to even teleport to the prime material if we only are tuned to...
You wouldn't know where these planets are, and you would potentially plane shift yourself into the vacuum of space, going, well, there was a planet here! Because like you said, the gods moved everything at one point. So, but you know the tuning forks you have will get you on target, at least on some concrete ground. Everywhere else is going to be a bit of a risk.
Yeah. I'll just say one more time. I'll just say, sorry, my headspin is full of thoughts right now. I'll see you soon.
You should come home. I want to check your temperature. I'm gonna send Apple out to get you. I don't like what you've been saying. I'm worried about you.
He took the nuclear vent with his friends. He's lost. We need to retrieve him. I promise I won't get mad, sweetie. Even if you were doing drugs, where are you?
Not the nuclear doobie.
Yeah. The only thing now I'm thinking is, I wonder if he ever met. Oh, what did I name her?
Oh god, he's already fading.
Guys, just blows away.
I'm not ready to go, Mr. Stark.
I don't want to go, Mr. Cairn.
Hold on. If it was Silver, he would be like, fucking. Why did I forget his name in the movie? Samuel L. Jackson's character. He'd be like, motherfucker.
Nick Fury.
He'd be like, Nick Fury. He starts fading away. He's like, motherfucker.
I
mean
never
the
actually
scroll
gave a
fucker?
name to the halfling.
Oh yeah.
Pick a different pick a timeline when you didn't do that, Connor.
You're right. I
Open
should
the
have.
rift.
If we
Open the
reverted,
rift.
it should have been my elbow. We found our entrance,
I'll just
guys.
say-
Here's the canon event.
I wonder if I ever met her in this timeline.
And you will notice your hands are shaking a little bit, Silver.
Yeah.
Just nerves. You kind of grab your wrist and stabilize for a minute, and you're just kind of shaken. But the endless void of space doesn't help the existential dread you're feeling.
Yep. Another person having their own life. Don't know if my mom's still an innkeeper. Don't know if the Miss Halfling Baker is in the same town I used to live in. Don't even know if whoever I'm talking to child is even Silver, actually named Silver.
Didn't
So
we have a
I'm
teleportation circle from there?
That plan doesn't exist. They're
The
somewhere
planet
else.
doesn't exist. They're living in the prime.
They're living
material
somewhere
realm
else.
that we
It's
don't
this-
know where exists.
So,
Same with Kesturg.
Well, Karen, would you like to go ahead and read out the sending you have?
don't question who I am. It may be dangerous, but please state your name and what planet are you on. And does vampiric Kesturg stand?
You will hear echoing out of Karen's mouth. Very Lich King-esque, the like frosty, tinny, reverberating sound. I don't know what Caster is. I am Cairn of the House of Ice, and I serve my lady faithfully.
Yo.
Who
You sending
are you?
Oh great, Karen's the ice ogre.
He did it!
A
That
frost ogre.
crazy son of a bitch, he did it! He fucking sent it himself!
You all hear this echoing out of Karen as if he says it.
Double speak,
As
Karen.
a weird side effect of the sending. Which is like,
Wow, that's
Oh.
weird.
You guys, I gotta point out how funny this is. Everyone is having existential crisis, like what happened to our families and stuff, and Morgana's just having a field day because now she can feel shit and breathe.
Zoomies.
And
You
the
can
funniest
finally
part,
smell the ocean.
the funniest part is, like, everyone's like, "What about the version of me that lives in this timeline?" And instantly, when Morgana thought about it, she's like, "Well, I barely counted in the first place, so I don't think it matters."
Yeah, you and Zankiri are like, huh, well, this is neat. And everyone else is just like, oh my god, there's another me out there.
I just like that no matter the timeline, I'm a god's bitch.
Give me an insight check, Karen.
Hold on. Don't say that like it's weird, like you didn't get fucking absolutely dominated by that medic. This is Karen's natural habitat. Very large, domineering women have control over him.
Mind control.
So it's that part of my brain I'm using. Got it. 12.
Karen mind
It's
control.
you, so I'm giving you advantage.
Alright.
Inciting
If there was
himself.
ever a case where you had advantage on inciting someone.
Please, please,
you.
please. Yeah.
You.
The House of Ice. I have you. I'm actively staring down fucking Death Knight Cairn.
You get the feeling that wasn't the House of Ice wasn't Vitar. That was serving the leader of the Archaeomancy House of Ice.
Oh.
Not serving a god,
Oh no.
serving a queen. A god
The
queen.
lion, the bitch, and the audacity of this bitch.
You
fucking servant of
You
a
went
queen.
to Narnia.
I told you, Karen's natural state.
My canon event is being a simp. Great, love it.
More things change. Oh.
The more things change.
I had the chance to do the funniest thing when I find the art for the Ice
They
Archaeomancer.
say I must pay for my crimes.
I can just make it the Orc Medic.
For my sins. So,
I got some tears. I need a minute.
Yeah, do I feel mentally locked in with myself now? Am I stuck in a boxing ring with this motherfucker?
No.
Alright.
You don't get ascending, but you definitely know that he was definitely like, who the fuck was just talking to me in my own voice? Because if you met the person, you know their identity with sending. So he just felt his own self send him ascending. Yeah, he feels the very nature of his being just sent him ascending. And he's a little bit floored right now.
The best part is that Karen of this universe, of this timeline, heard the very essence of himself send him a message, and he doxed himself as a result. Like, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll tell him everything.
It's very on brand for him.
He said, this you?
Karen without morals is not great. We've seen that.
If he had more words, he might have said, I'd love to sit down and have tea with you sometime.
What's your favorite type of honey?
Yeah, all I could think of all I could think of the MIB3 thing when the two guys meet each other. And why are you a werebear?
Oh, that's amazing! Oh, that's going to my favorites. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm even opening that in the browser so that it appears on the recording because I want me to be able to look back and remember this. One small issue.
So, I'm gonna scroll up. I can't look at that. So Karen stands up. Oh, fuck.
Ken, did you have scrying prepared?
Good question. No.
Okay, never mind. Do you want me to tell you the thing I was going to suggest with scrying?
Yes.
It's not really plot relevant, but you might find it interesting. You can try and scry on Katira.
No.
I wonder if she's happy right now.
We're gonna take that away. No happiness for you.
The thought of her crosses your mind, Karen, at the very least. As you're thinking about your loved ones, I think it would be irrational to think that Katira doesn't cross your mind. You also think of
Catherine.
I was gonna say the Dragonborn.
Yeah, sure.
Catherine crosses your mind.
Who's Catherine again?
Dariel's mom.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Don't carry, leave him behind. But
And Dariel is trying not to think about it.
the time starts closing in Dariel. If we leave him, he'll be gone. I know.
it would be funny if this Andariel is in this world isn't a tiefling.
I'm back and I have a propel.
Well, if you recall what made her a tiefling.
It was all that bloodstone
She has a
stuff,
metal.
and
She has
there's
a
no
metal foot in
more.
this timeline instead.
And there's no more bloodstone stuff. I would.
If the planet
imagine.
doesn't exist, probably not.
So
I'm actually now curious. How does Andariel would look like not being a tiefling?
What if you were black? Been on TikTok too long.
the racist.
Uh-oh,
The
someone's
Chinese?
yelling about something. Be right back.
The racist.
What if Zendaya was white? Chinese. A man. You guys not seen those videos?
No.
No.
Well, I could barely hear you.
The like, what if they were black? What if they were Chinese? What if they were a man?
This is what Andara would look like if she was human or elf.
Just Photoshop scrollingly Kern and Dariel for like Norman Jacobs as a woman.
In the middle of Silver mentioning Andara not being a tiefling, Morgana is like chewing on one of her horns.
No handlebars, spits.
You're just teething. What the fuck are you?
You have teeth now.
I mean, she had quote unquote teeth.
Yeah, but
Crunch.
these aren't metal teeth. These are organic teeth.
Yes.
Go
And,
and bite
you-
metal for the first time.
You
Really,
you
really,
feel it.
just
Your
go bite
tongue
metal.
touches her horns, and you suddenly taste dirt, and you can.
Blech.
The first taste you
Really?
taste. Is just,
My horns don't taste good, hun.
Actively bite a fork.
you know what does though? Lock store.
Okay, so let's.
Hold on, we still have the thing, right?
So what can we do? We have propulsion, but
DM /
we
Zonkiri.
have no direction.
The
we don't
DM
know any
through
direction.
Zonkiri will share.
Yeah.
It's best to go gather some ideas of exactly what's changed about here, and try and get some connections. If we want to put it back, you'll have to get in touch with somebody who knows some strong time archaeomancy, so you all can go back to the point where you intervened and make it right. If you leave the ship here, you know that this is a place Karen can recharge. After he takes his long rest he's like, go check the dead people. Oh, the mirror with you.
I have an idea above board, but I'm really gonna need some assistance in how we can know this in character.
Okay.
Oh, we do have the mirror here.
Waddle.
Yeah, maybe everybody's done that one. We need really something that was really strong with time magic, or had items that were really strong with time magic, and possibly a vacancy in all timelines, possibly including this one, because we shot it with a time gun.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically, if we had an in with a dev or a demon or so, my brain's short.
Yeah, Archdevil.
Again.
You're getting it.
My brain's short circuiting.
You got it. Keep going.
I could. Which end of the fence is the ceaseless hunger on again?
He's an archdevil, just like the Hierophant, and you have a tuning fork that goes to the hells.
So hypothetically, if I maybe somehow we get tap into that to bust through in there and get into the Hierophant's mansion, like I've been slowly goblin walking toward the entire campaign.
Oh, hang on.
We could use a bunch of his shit to bust through the timeline again.
Your latent religion knowledge of devils comes in as I'm reading over the Stein arc. Stein art. Anyway, sorry, I was giggling about the idea of Stein soul drawing Fergus, and then the messages in chat. Go check on the dead people. He said, "Not you, the people that died in the not war." Who were the people who died in the not war? Just like random people.
Oh.
I love that Liv. I was gonna say I love that Liv just knows that it's his brother's foot, and I realized he also put it in chat.
What?
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
He heard me asking
Nice.
questions, and they were about to do a thing, and he's like,
Nice.
you can lose the foot. I have to play D&D."
No, yeah, had to make an incision to get it out, so had to sew him back up.
Mm.
Ooh.
Literally the size of like your pinky finger, like right through his big toe.
Damn, what kind of floor do you have?
I don't know where he got it.
Who charged a fucking Ganon down smash or something? Like, what the fuck did he do to the floor?
Just in case you guys are ever wondering
I was
what
thinking
kind
of a Mexican splinter right now.
Just in case you guys are ever wondering what kind of challenges come with living my life. These powers come with a cost.
I truly,
Then I'm
truly,
glad
I
I don't
weep for you,
got 'em.
Fergus.
Fergus, were you say or Silver? Were you talking about the Spanish splinter from Puss in
Yeah.
Boots?
Oh.
Okay, so
That is a thing.
what I was trying to explain. So this war happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it has now not happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to figure out what exactly happened since that point, we can go like the tuning forks we have are to basically like the like 6 main afterlives. Other than like the abyss, which is not a place we would be able to get people out of anyway, or like find them.
Yeah, I don't really want to bring the heart back there and see if it has a fucking like insulin shot from it or adrenaline shot.
So what we can do is Vofflin is probably dead at this point, considering how long ago he was frozen, as well as like all the people from that time period. If we go to the afterlife and search for people that lived during that time period, we can get an idea as to what went wrong based on what we saw happen through the time rifts as to what did like what was supposed to happen. Based on that, we can probably piece together what needs to be refixed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I think about when you mention that is if we're gonna go after Vofflin, or
No, not Vofflin. The main guy we need to find is Mr. One Eye, the Earth Genasi. Because he still got infected by that eye in the original timeline. He learned something from that eye, used it to create the monster that caused the destruction of the world, right? In the altered timeline, the original altered timeline, he got the eye. The eye woke up prematurely, implanted itself inside his head, and started taking him over. I guess becoming the monster that would destroy, or that would cause the destruction of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm making wrong assumptions here.
Yes,
Connor.
you're making wrong assumptions.
I am.
Yes, there was a ritual to take that time eye thing, and like trying to summon Cthulhu. They didn't know what they were doing, and did a very bad thing, and it went wrong. Now it's more likely that he tried to escape and ran in terror from all the stuff that had happened and all the like monstrosities he saw through the time eye, and probably tried to live as a hermit and forget the horrors beyond comprehension that he saw.
Oh no, I'm talking about the original altered timeline, not this altered timeline.
In the original one, he had the eye. The eye gave him this obsessive compulsion to complete this ritual to give it form and control. Then him and his cultists fucked it up, and then it ripped the world apart and made the time scar.
Yeah. And then now in the altered timeline, hermit thing.
Yes.
He probably went mad from all of that.
Yes.
And then lived his life and died.
Yes.
If we can find him, he was connected to the eye thing, and the eye thing probably knows what the hell happened. If we can get him, yank him out of the afterlife, force him back into the right spot in the timeline, and then probably like insert the eye back into his head, or like at least figure out what his plan was, because we don't technically know about the ritual thing. We can learn that from him.
You know that there was a ritual from the time strands. You saw snippets of it. You know that it became a ritual.
We did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what they were defending in the fort, was the ritual was happening and people were coming to stop them.
Oh.
That's how Zonkiri stole the staff.
Okay. I thought that was a summoning ritual for reinforcements because he kept saying, we need backup, we need
No,
backup.
that's what he did because he needed people to stall while the people below ground finished their ritual.
Wait, hold on. That doesn't make sense.
They were finishing.
No, you said he made the thing into the big fleshy monster thing that was attacking the place.
They weren't the same person. The one-eyed Genasi was not the guy with the staff.
Okay. I think I understand.
The guy with the staff was probably just one of the leaders of the cult, and the ritual is going down with old One Eye.
Ding ding.
Elsewhere in the place.
Oh, okay. I see. I see where the. Well, then what the hell created the blood archaeomancy thing? Was that just a random blood archaeomancy monster?
No, I mean that was the ritual to make time a living body, so they could dominate it. And they didn't know what they were doing.
Okay, so that wasn't another force attacking the fort. That was something they summoned up, not being able to be put back down.
Oh, you mean the beast thing? Yes, that was an unrelated thing. That was just something from the time that was like sold by marauders.
Okay,
to try.
When you said he created that thing, I thought that was the eye thing. I thought that was the thing the eye thing grew up into.
No. That was just a random archaeomancy thing.
Okay, that solves a bit of confusion on my end. Thank you.
Timeline things. They take a bit of explanation.
Yeah. So yeah, if we can figure out what that ritual he was trying to do, where he was trying to do it, what he was trying to do, what the eye wanted him to do, and we do have the eye in the bottle if we need to bring it out to do something with it. I don't think we ought to take this thing out.
Yeah.
Because there's a chance if we take it out now, it stops existing. I don't think we should take it out probably until we're already in the past.
I mean, for most part, we're still in the zone of limbo, right?
Order limbo.
So
you've got a little bit, but none of the actual limbo effects.
Again, that seems like crossing a threshold we could cross if necessary. I don't think that should be our first step.
Good thinking. The DM approves of what you're saying, Fergus, and it would be wise to not pull the cork on it.
Also, because Connor never sent me the stat block for
it.
I do have a concern, though. We have a handful of afterlives to search through with this list. Which one do you think One Eye got banished to when he died?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Which one of these is super ice prison? Is that Carceri?
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been sent to Carceri.
I can think of several arguments as to why he would have been.
What? Okay. Is there anything for the mentally insane?
We can rule out Mount Celestia at least, right? Like, he's not going to Celestia.
We don't know what kind of guy he was before the
or after. He could have devoted his life to ending monstrosities like that. You literally have no way of knowing. who he was or what he did, other than he was the victim of like a Cthulhu possession.
No way to scry him, right?
Unless somebody has scry. They don't know his name. They've got Karen saw him.
You did say we get a long rest, right?
Yep, you all are taking a long rest on the ship.
I've got scry. Although, to be fair, scrying only works if you're on the same plane.
Well,
I could try commune, but then I'd be talking to Vitar.
Yeah, please don't.
You could just bamf a place and try and scry him. And say, oh, found him. Or, well, look around.
I don't need to see reality bending around you as her fucking grippers come out and grab you.
Now the real question is, what happens if I banish him?
Hold on. I have a much better idea.
Oh, by all means.
Legend lore the bastard.
Alright,
Do
did
we
I have
know
any of
his
those left?
name?
We don't need to.
He just has to be of legendary import.
And
How much
considering what almost happened to him, might technically still have happened to him.
Alright,
Dude.
Irish.
You drop a legend lore on the guy.
But also legend lore the monster, just to be safe.
It's 250 of incense.
Yeah, you just bought more, actually.
Yeah, I did.
So-
I only have one more charge. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I
Yikes.
spent I spent
you
the
did.
other half.
So,
Alright,
the
okay.
monster or the guy?
We need to find the guy, probably.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
So you may get fuck all from the monster because we kind of yoinked it.
I think I'm going to take in my heart of hearts. I'm going to unprepare summon celestial and put that on legend lore. I feel like summon celestial wouldn't really be in my best interest right now.
You summon it, Vitar appears. We
oh,
meet
no.
again. No.
Hold on. I just thought of something tragic.
What?
Zonkiri clicks the spurs of his boots.
No.
You attempt to summon the horse, and there is nothing.
No, no, cinnamon.
Okay, yeah, we're changing this place back.
I'm not gonna get my fucking horse stolen.
Nobody takes my horse from me, not even me.
Save the horse. Ride to see you. Alright.
That's what
Alright.
Lizelle said.
So you're legend loring the guy.
And with that, I legend lore the guy.
You set it up. You burn the incense, and the spell fails. He's not of legendary import. He was just a guy.
Fuck.
Becoming possessed isn't necessarily legendary. And you all clipped its wings before it did anything of actual import.
That still expends the incense. And
And it's gone.
so I look at Zankiri and go, fuck.
You now have reason to believe that he was just a normie. So you got something.
Okay.
Can
So
I
who's up for the-
fabricate more incense?
Is there stuff to make incense around?
Start tearing pizza.
We
Sorry,
have-
Morgana.
We have a strawberry electrite and bit of wood here. I can fabricate
I'm gonna need a
it into-
DC 30 Arcana check to trim out enough pieces of stuff to make strawberry incense of 250 gold quality and not royally fuck up something on the ship.
You know, even more reason for Morgana to just eat the strawberry one now.
You can taste.
Crunch.
Cracks a molar. Ow.
Welcome to the world of cavities. Okay.
You all are kind of talking in circles, so I want to suggest you all can just roll a die and pick one to plane shift to and investigate. I have prepared things for each of these directions.
Let's go to the hells? Or what is Gehenna again?
In my setting, it is the domain of the deadly sins.
Let's not go there.
We could meet that one asshole from the beginning of the campaign.
I was gonna say, you do know one.
No.
A powerful Archfiend.
I'm not putting Zinkiri and a Pride Demon in the same fucking room. We're going to the hells.
Hey, Connor.
Eh.
Something I'm noticing that may or may not be of consequence. I'm just checking.
Mm-hmm.
You have 5 planes listed here.
Yeah.
What about Elysium?
Oh, Elysium too.
Okay.
I have plans for Elysium.
I destroyed Elise.
What's a good color for Elysium?
Look, we know that Pride Demon. He doesn't know us, probably, hopefully. And we can possibly consort a deal with him. We know he's open to it.
Let's go ahead and check Hell. If we go to Mount Celestia, I got a feeling we're not going to have a very warm welcome.
No, probably not.
Connor, remind me.
Mm-hmm.
The order, the drop order of Hell, was it the Whisper King, or was it the Hierophant that was at the first layer?
Hierophant. So the top layer is the weakest. Generally, mine has a flip scheme because at the very bottom is the Endless Void.
Yeah.
Which is not yours. Yours is Famithrax, which is the one above it. At the very top is the double-ended pyramid for the Hierophant, and below that, the Whisper King.
Okay, so like I said, the Hierophant plan is still on the board because
You know of these devilish places, Karen, so you could try and describe one to Zonkiri to try and plane shift you to if you wanted to go to the one thing you have a pact with or someone else.
So we gotta choose douchebag 1 or 2.
Or go to one of the nicer planes. As Karen's found out that the gods are a little different.
Oh.
The divines are a little off. You don't know if they are as they were before. Most of your assumptions are kind of...
I haven't... Is the brand still on my hand for Famithrax?
Yeah, and it still glows with power. It seems that Famithrax is not...
I plane shift us all to Mount Celestia.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just randomly picked.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to get anywhere talking in circles.
Yeah, I was trying to feed that out to you all.
Well, yeah, but I was trying to be considerate of other people's opinions.
I know.
You told me to do that.
Do you listen to me? I know.
I can stop.
Please don't.
Connor just likes backing at compliments.
As you touch down in Celestia, the first thing you notice is that your staff of long shadows, Zonkiri, becomes inert. It looks like it will regain magic if you leave this place, but in the light here, it seems to have no magical properties. As you all are standing about where the guy in the art is, you see a blinding beams of sunlight coming from these gates. As you feel this blistering hot summer's day in a desert, heat washing over you, and the ground below you starts to raise up towards the gate.
Okay, just do the scry quick, and we'll just poop out of here.
How long does scry take?
That takes like 10 minutes, my dude.
Yeah, and you are going from here to here fairly quickly. Is there anything you want to do in about the minute you have before you reach the steps?
Ogana wants to see if she can do something.
What would you like to
put her chain blades back on?
Well, you had a long rest, so you could have retuned all your stuff.
Okay. How does that work now?
You're like a cyborg.
Okay.
So you attach to it. They do slice open your arms at first, and then they reseal with like a metal seam. It's a little body horror, but now there's an actual cavity that pops open and flips out and closes back.
Any
This is
more
your first time
attack?
feeling real pain as well.
Ow.
Oh god, it is Chainsaw Man.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I like the rest of it very much.
It only hurts always.
So what? As you all touch up there, you see.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm not suicidal. Let me go ahead and give me a false aura for, or no, a mask for. Let's go with, just humanoid.
Success. As you reach the gates, you see two heavily armored figures in full golden plate, holding these long staves, and where their heads should be are two glowing radiant suns. One where they're one each.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself.
Oh god, it's too.
As they call out in unison, "Halt, weary travelers! You stand at the gates of Celestia, in the domain of Her Highness, the leader of the House of Dawns,
Oh,
Lady Dauntless Scorchdaughter. What is your business?" As you look past the gates, and you see a glowing, fiery fortress.
What did you just say?
Dawns, Norvin, dawns. And you see a symbol on their chest that, from reading Dongs, House of Dongs. Yeah, that's it, guys. Very cool, guys. As you see a statue to this figure in the court in a plaza beyond the gates, you see this seems to be a settlement for people, and this seems to be like the resident place for the House of Dawn of the Dawn.
you made it heaven. Oh,
Yes, they did. They took over heaven. They lost. They won the war.
that means change somewhere. Oh no, cursory.
Zonkir, you feel a breath of fresh air kind of wash over you as you realize, oh, they took over heaven. As you look over and you see angels working as like slaves, doing physical labor in chains.
Today's subject.
Enslaved them?
Oh yeah,
Holy-
they defeated all the gods, so all the gods are
Today's
either
subject.
hiding or enslaved.
Slavery.
You see angels with wings sliced off and collars and chains and manacles doing physical labor or just kind of like cleaning the streets.
Let me just do something real quick.
On the one hand, yay, gods are dead. On the other hand, I really dislike slavery.
But
Technically-
people.
Technically, they
Hold
aren't
on.
outsiders here.
Hold on. Was that an Undariel say, or was that your impression of Zunkiri?
That was an impression of Zenkiri.
Okay. No, remember Zunkiri's thing is outsiders aren't people.
Ironically, though, these guys weren't outsiders. This is where they were supposed to be. The humanoids are the outsiders here.
Oh no, that's not what outsider means.
I know, but the term specifically I thought was funny because they did what the Argonians did. They just
Doesn't just mean foreigner, you racist.
this is very much Argonians at the history deciding to invade Oblivion.
Stop opening the fucking gates in a Black March.
Hello. We're here looking for someone.
They look at your staff. We see you bear the mark of the House of Shadows. Do you come on your master's behalf or pleasure?
I'm here deciding not to fucking hack and meteor swarm this place for implying he has a master.
Well, no, to him, his master is him.
He's trying to think of how to double speak this.
I mean,
We come here on a personal matter.
Of course. Well, We shall open the gates for you, but first, they double tap their spears. You see this fiery in script begins to appear in the air as you see like the laws of the city appear in front of you. There seem to be sort of draconian laws like steal, turn to ash. Go back on a deal, we'll turn you to ash.
Yeah.
Somehow talk bad about our lady, the leader of the House of Dawn, she'll turn you to ash. Attempt to free anyone's angel slave, ash. The list just kind of goes on. That there's a lot of like turn to ash punishments.
Zunkiri in his head. Even when the gods are gone, this place is still a killjoy.
And after
Just something in the air.
they finish reading it off, they tap their spears 3 times, and the gates begin to open in. Welcome to Celestia.
I imagine they have trumpets somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I can feel them.
The gate plays it as it opens. It's like a magic mouth.
How much are Chaomancy have cost?
You see there are angels there, just with trumpets fused to their mouth.
Oh God, it is Elden Ring. No.
No, it's the Holly fans.
Oh.
As you all step in and the gate close behind you, and you feel like a shimmer of energy cross over it. As you feel like planar travel into the city is not possible.
I feel ill.
You fear your god?
He vomits again. No.
You say the word God, and you see the angels kind of flinch.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, we probably shouldn't mention your cleric here.
Skywrite, real quick. Hey, Karen the cleric. Karen, because of the nature of this plane, you do also feel a connection to your divine power. Let me know if you use your.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think I will.
All right.
You attempt divine intervention, you get to add a plus 10, or excuse me, minus 10 to it.
All right.
I don't think I want to get. Yeah, go ahead.
Zunkiri will try to scry upon the Ganassi.
Okay. He needs to make a wisdom save.
Yes.
Not a Ganassi.
He fails.
Have it. Oh, okay.
So
I say, do we have anything of his? Yes.
he rolled a
You have
natural
his
8.
eye.
You may still have some of his blood on your coats.
You still got his boot, right?
Oh yeah,
You have his boots.
You never gave him back his boot.
that's true. You actually do still have his boot.
No, we
I think
don't.
we have his dagger as well.
No,
I have his dagger. Yeah.
No, they turned into spectral timelines and wrapped themselves around the.
Oh, I thought you took his boot again when you had the little confrontation with him in the panic room. Maybe that's just a dream I had. I thought you all like pushed him over and like took his lunch money.
No, we knocked him off a cliff and took his lunch money.
Oh, okay. You see him, like in blissful peace, sleeping in a large lantern. As his spirit seems to be, they seem to have taken all these souls that were in Celestia. There's now this giant, like Green Lantern style battery with this burning fire that they keep all the souls in.
What?
Wow, did I roll lucky or what?
What the fuck?
And you see there's occasionally wisps of souls flying in that would normally be deposited into Celestia. It kind of just gets sucked in to a large funnel on the citadel and brought down to the lantern.
Oh, it's a soul cairn.
What?
No, not you, Karen. Karen is. Karen.
Karen's is starting to take sanity score, even though he's not playing Call of Cthulhu.
I'm willing to try. I cannot describe just how badly Karen is tweaking right now.
By the 9.
That skooma hit different.
The skooma is laced with the Netch jelly.
Shut the fuck up, Shane. I swear to God.
All right. Looking around through the scrying orb,
Mhm.
you get a rough idea as to where this thing is.
In the base of the castle. It basically, based on the mechanisms you see, you should be able to just kind of like you do with the mirror of you should be able to just kind of like call out to his soul and bring it forth for questioning. But you have to get to this thing, which is,
Maybe I should have kept Summon Celestial prepared.
I mean,
Oh well.
so you basically need to get into the dungeons of the main castle and find where this thing is.
Okay. So, you want to do this politically, or
Darren's going to be no mental activity right now. He's just looking at all these pages.
You say that, and Morgana looks at you
we
like
don't want
this.
to go to war with these people, especially since they like turning people to ash. And you don't. Yeah.
I suppose a few bargaining chips are in order. All right, let's go.
As you walk through town, you see, just like your classic D&D town, you see merchant stands, blacksmith forges. The grade of armor and weapons that seem to be made are very high class. And there is a library if you wanted to stop in on your way.
We will never be slaves.
There's like seems to be a public. You're basically in a metropolitan city here. There's a public library, statues to the Archon of the House of Dawn.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably be a good idea to go in there and just kind of flip through some recent history books to get an idea as to who it is we're talking to, and
There are plenty biographies about the person who owns the city. You want the rundown?
Yep.
What having taken over the mantle of physical tether of the House of Dawn, the current Archon, Dauntless, is a dragonborn infused with was originally a red dragonborn infused with the power of the sun, has left her with this scorched black look, but has greatly amplified her breath weapon abilities, which she used to lead the charge against Celestia, where she had incinerated countless bodies and celestials alike, or countless souls and celestials alike, before claiming the throne-bearing keep for herself, where she has now created this fortified citadel and leads her city and people from here. There are multiple academies to the House of Dawn here. There are teleportation circles to other cities owned by other leaders of Archaeomancy. And it says she has been in charge for the past 80 years.
wait. Oh, I see. Sorry, it just dawned on me.
Oh my god.
But
I could tell by your tone something was coming.
No, I just realized why you kept saying dawn like it was supposed to be significant, and then I realized, oh, he's talking about the 7 houses of Archaeomancy.
Yes. This is the head bitch of Dawn.
Yeah. It did not register to me when you were talking about the House of Dawn that you were talking about, like, the Archaeomancy. I thought the Dawn was just these last people's name.
Oh.
Because they lived in the sun.
I mean, a valid assumption. But yes, it's the Archaeomancy one.
Okay, so when you say to the other cities ruled by other houses, you're talking about like a place ruled by like the House of Blood or the House of Stone or the
Yes.
House of Shadows or the.
You will notice on the map there isn't one to the House of Time.
Is there one for the House of Chaos?
There is.
Yeah.
Does it say what plane side? Sorry, I should back.
Oh no, I was just gonna say on our way there is Zonkiri switches staves.
You take out the time staff.
Yes.
People do give you some odd looks as you're walking through the street. Give me an investigation check. Anybody who wants to really look, if anybody wants to look for something specific in this library, tell me what it is and give me an investigation check. The biography one's kind of free because it's like sitting front and center and it's on plaques around the city and
It's on sale for $3.99.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone look at the time staff. No one look at the dude coated in a metal suit with pulsing energy out of it, and no one look at the half robot.
I mean,
Look
it kind of works.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Location of the House of Ice, maybe like a map.
Give me an investigation check to look for information on the House of Ice.
4.
Or you will not find anything.
You know what? I have a way to make sure that Karen doesn't get this. A slave hands it to him.
Yeah, as you're looking for it, one of the angels walks up with a like, it looks like a headband over his eyes, like think Geordie LaForge, but you see metal spikes going into its eye sockets, and he goes, "I sense that you desire knowledge on the House of Ice. Allow me to find that for you." As you see this, like, very well.
And Karen just fucking runs.
Come again. As you see essentially like a solar that was bound to be a librarian. He took its halo and bent it around and shoved it in his eyes.
What the fuck? The gods win, and then they're just like, all right, you guys can just live on the planets. It's whatever. And they win, and they're like, yep, suffer forever.
You haven't even found out about where the gods are.
Zeus! I come seeking the wing of Olympus. Oh god.
Yeah,
Maybe Vitar had a point. Maybe we should have been wiped out.
She starts to appear again. I told. Dismissed. Dario, what were you looking for? And then I'll go to Zonkiri's. History of the war, establishment of dominance, immortals. Were you looking into that with her and Dario or something else? Oh, I see it above.
Daryl Morgan
Info
will look into info on the Stone and Shadow families.
Damn. Empress Eloise Cromwell of the House of Stone currently rules. Let me double check my planar wheel. But you confirm that the governess in this concurrent timeline still rules the power to become the head of her house. She is ruling.
We go to visit her. Zonkiri walks in the room. She's like, I don't know why, but I suddenly feel afraid.
Feels something off. You know what, I like that. Bitopia seems to be, she's taken over. You read up that she's turned, like, the nature part is now like a national park, and then there's like civilized part where people live. And there's she has like free range elementals and celestials there. They can't leave, but it's like a petting zoo almost. Natural. It's a little habitat that she's preserved them. And then the House of Shadows. They are ruled from Pandemonium. I don't have a name for them yet. I'm trying to pull one.
Elias.
Sure. Elias Decimus. Sure. Leader of the House of Shadows. Rules from Pandemonium. Sprawling city of night. You gather the governess's demeanor is mostly the same as you all have seen it in your world, just a little bit cut loose, so she's not doing as much politics. The House
So,
of Shadows
what
person
I'm
seems to
gathering
be
is
classically evil.
you really didn't want us to stay in this setting.
You can do whatever you guys want. I'll rewrite all my lore and settings and characters and things I've been building up. It's fine.
Well, you heard him.
Sorry, Connor.
You heard him, baby. Let's
It's-
do it.
Again, in
Why
my
would
de-
you let players near an event that is this important to the history of your
Because I
world?
thought it was just going to be like a snip of history, and then I forgot that you all can just fuck things up by stealing the thing that causes the event.
Also,
I was about to say, in my defense, Connor, I have pitched what happened to multiple groups, and they are all very much of the opinion, and I quote, "This is why you don't fuck with time."
Yeah. I did not expect it. And when Zonkiri said, "I take the thing and then I leave," my eye sockets deepened and my eyes bulged. I was like, "Oh yeah, you do now, do you?"
Really? That ends today's session. Go fuck yourself.
He was trying to leave anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna go investigate.
I'm going.
Oh, hold on.
I'm going.
Morgana had something she wanted to do first.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check, Morgana. Yours should be fairly easy because the House of Dawn likes to boast about how they've dominated Celestia, and you should be able to find related articles.
Morgana's super smart.
I will ask, do you want advantage from one of the Celestials helping you?
Sure.
Like, the force-blinded Solar make his way over to you after Karen. Ah, child of the Green. I see you have come a long way. What can I help you find?
We're looking at war history books.
Ah, a historian. I didn't think your people cared very much for linear time, but I'll be happy to guide you to our section. Roll advantage. Ah, yes.
That's the first one. So 18.
He reaches up and pulls a book off the shelf. You might find this interesting. To summarize the recollection of the 1,000 Years' War, then he begins to blabber about wars across the astral sea, fights, and a chapter catches your eyes. The Shackling of Inkaris. And your brain lights up. Ding! That's the name of one of the over deities. You thumb over to
an over deity.
You thumb over to it and you see an illustration of, similar to how this guy has spikes in his eyes, you see a large band around this god. Like almost like extreme dental headgear. Head restrained, mouth
She's in the
bound.
thought trap.
Yes. And you see that there are buildings on her, and they have she's bound in like a corporeal form with shackles, and you see like where her chest is, there's like a cave towards the heart and a flowing river of divine blood that like makes this twisting river around her body, and people live on it like a settlement and farm them.
They did. They chronos in cars.
As you thumb through, you note that Vitar escaped before she was captured and is actively being hunted by the House of Archaeomancy because they fear what her beliefs and what she's willing to do might affect them. But the other four over deities are bound and shackled. They are maintained by the leader of the House of Blood, who essentially keeps them on life support and harvests non-essential organs and tissues for projects.
Technologically, these people are lower. They're back to like medieval mindset.
That's what it
But
seems.
holy fuck, are they sadistic?
The exception you
Have
see.
you seen historical accounts from this relevant time period?
So I've got this something called the Salem Witch. Let me just read this.
You
first
will note,
paragraph here.
Morgana, that the House of Blood, as you're looking over it, seems to have some semblance of technology. Not as advanced as what you all have, but like is leaps and bounds ahead of where they should be for this time. As you find out, because I know my players will kind of go nuts for it, the Atherosian Star Eater was converted into their castle on the material plane.
God damn. I wish that meant something to me.
It does, I know.
Ooh.
I have no context for what any of that meant.
No, but it's for the players' last campaign. It was the BBEG
Yeah.
event.
Pretty much the Star Eater that ate planets
It was a
that
huge
we had
space.
to fight. It was a huge space station that was traveling across the galaxy.
Okay.
Insane AI shit.
And it was consuming stars in order to gain enough energy to rip a hole in reality and retrieve its lost race of creators.
So the
Yep.
Borg?
Kind of.
Essentially.
I guess.
Sort of.
It didn't
I
convert
sacrificed
anybody.
my relic weapon for it.
Yeah, Pyro, why would you make him do that?
It was all my idea. Definitely no one else was about to say anything.
Yeah, totally. Nobody else
Kill
had any
yourself.
ideas.
I finally, clearly, it was the same session that it finally fully unlocked, and it got eaten up.
No plot weapon for
Uh,
you. It's
But it
not
does seem that they
necessary.
kind of have this advanced, like, living technology that they have propelled into kind of. They don't seem to have, like, the networks of what you all have of, like, galaxy-wide space tracks and stuff, but they seem like they might be able to go toe for toe on inventing with the stuff you guys can do if they were just one person. They seem to be very clever.
And which house is this?
House of Blood. You do note that they are also the only Archon that hasn't claimed one of the outer planes as their home domain. They chose to stay on the material plane.
Hmm.
And they have a space station that orbits a star. The Star Eater. The only one of its kind. Zankiri, did you want to look up something? I saw you roll a 26.
Yeah, I think Silver wanted to do something first, too.
Oh, okay.
I actually want to
Mhm.
get information on the material plane. We know we're gonna have to go travel through there, so
I just wanted to
it's
end off.
best to go
The-
figure out about it.
I will get that for you. Go ahead and roll me investigation. Morgana, the name of the Archon of Blood is Lord Desiderius Dunestag.
Motherfucker. He muted himself.
Of course.
That's that's Pyro's character from the last campaign.
Yep. And it came before that.
Noted. Target acquired.
So
Kill him.
here's my investigation. Boop.
Hope your charisma saves are good.
Well, he was a
He's
paladin.
Can
10? Okay.
we don't have an intelligence check card?
It's the
Nope.
one you don't
No.
have.
The one we don't have.
It's
I
the
don't
Mind
even
Stone.
think-
Wait, if he's looking for something, have the Celestial help his ass out.
You can do that.
I will just throw in one of my flash of genius just to make it an 11. At
No,
least
beat that slave.
Do
Make
you,
it, make
do
it
you want a celestial slave to help you? This is more a question of your character's morals and alignment than it is availability.
I mean, he's irreligious.
I'm agnostic. It's yeah. If you want it, they'll give you
I know,
advantage.
slave bitch, get over here and help me find a book.
I don't
Yeah.
believe in you. Help me.
Did you want the advantage?
I'll take the advantage
Okay.
with and make it a 21.
You see like a biblically accurate angel, like the rings one, rolling out like a Roomba on the floor and looking up to you with the eye sort of floating in the middle.
I'm very afraid.
What could I help you find?
I'm looking for information about the material room,
Ah,
and maybe including a map.
that I can get. If you'd like to take our examination room 1, I can have the maps brought out to you and start grabbing some from our prime material collection. When it begins to roll over to the stairs, it does a tiny hop. Tiny hop. Tiny hop. This thing's like the size of a softball. It is itty bitty. It's going up this flight of stairs, a little hop at a time. And if anybody watches, when it gets to the bookshelf, it just kind of rams into it, climbs up it like there's something sticky on the bands, goes over to the book
Yeah,
and grabs it,
front.
pulls it off,
Everything I stand for.
drops it on a cart nearby, just kind of continues to roll and grab things. It rolls up to the one near Morgana and says, Grand Curator, can you grab a map of the prime material? We have examiners in room 1 looking for it. And rolls off to go grab another book. You'll have to forgive my departure, Fey kind. I have other duties calling to me. As he pats your hand, Morgana.
That's okay. How tall is this celestial?
He's kind of got a hunch, but he's still about like 6'5".
6'5". That means Morgana's almost eye level with him.
Yeah, he's kind of hunched over. He's very clearly like would have been this towering divine figure if he wasn't mutilated.
And you said he's got the halo in his eyes.
They basically took the halo down, pulled it down, and then bent it and put to have spikes and shoved it in his eye holes.
Jeez.
And then tightened it up to form like a permanent blindfold.
Does that hurt you?
Does what hurt?
He'll poke it.
He winces, but you see he tries not to react. I assure you I have grown accustomed to it. No need to feel concerned for me. And you see him swallow hard from the pain of you poking it. It's kind of about then you clock that there is one like Don Archaeomancer person here, and you get the feeling he's not gonna say anything that might make him seem like he's not doing his job or ungrateful in front of them. Is there anything else anyone want to look for? Is on Kiri there was something you're looking for?
Yeah. I want to know what they have on that missing planet and where the time archaeomancers are.
Okay.
Why they seem to not exist.
Do you want to have advantage from a celestial slave?
No.
Okay. 26. You find a book titled "The Lost House of Archaeomancy." As you open it up and begin to read, you find out that the thing you took with you also. There's a brief introduction explaining how archaeomancy works. It takes two beings of similar mindset that have similar interpretations for words. One becomes the energy that becomes archaeomancy. They kind of become the weave, and then the other person is the tether to the material plane. What you took that side of the House of Time that was the energy and nullified it. It's just technically still there, but the gates are closed to the city. It's there, but nobody can use it while it's missing this piece. You have plucked out its heart, for lack of a better term.
So I stole the big green lantern at the center of the Green Lantern Corps.
Yes. And so there is technically writings on how to do these things, but it's shut down, and nobody can figure out what happened to make it close like that. They just know that one day it just stopped. It said that the previous head of the House of Archaeomancy of Time, the Archon of Time, went into a hermetic study to try and figure out what happened and has not been seen since. That was around the time you all went. He still has not resurfaced. And most assume that he simply ceased to exist or died.
That was the guy whose staff I have.
Uh, someone similar.
Okay. Not the Genasi dude.
No, neither of them. They were a local operation that did something fucked up. This is talking about the president of their nation, essentially.
Okay. So I got the uranium from local terrorist group, not
Yes.
president.
Yes.
Okay. And then I stole the next president's staff, who never got to become next president because.
What's the difference?
Okay. I think I'm putting together a coherent timeline now. Okay. Cool.
I will clarify that the guy whose staff you take wasn't in line to be the next Archon. It's just the thing you took was so essential to the House of Time that it had a universal-wide ripple that wounded them. And maybe seeing that a House of Archaeomancy could be killed, quote-unquote, might have motivated the remaining houses to be more violent and unforgiving to the gods, not knowing how this happened, but assuming they must have done something to try and kill us, so we have to strike back harder.
Okay. Okay, cool.
It's your weave, and you took it home with you.
Pull the Gale.
We cause problems with a capital P.
Yeah, you do. Is there anything else anyone would like to look for?
I try again for the House of Ice.
Do you want help? You'll need it from a party member or somebody else, because Karen has exhausted by himself.
I will hesitantly approach this.
He's just now setting like maps outside of the room that Nogana is going into. I'll be with you in just a moment, son.
Thank you. Okay.
He sets down a few different maps. What can I help you with, child? And you see this. It hurts you that he has this warm, grandfatherly smile as he looks at you.
Could you assist me in finding a book on the House of Ice?
Of course. And he like pats you on the shoulder. I'll lead the way.
He winces.
You feel a knot in your stomach, Karen, just like uncomfortable. And he will eventually lead you over to a section of Archaeomancy history and give you one of the House of Ice.
Alright. Investigate, Sean. Right, yeah, investigation. Look like 15.
You find a book. Describes Vox Vivus, the Empress of Ice. As you see this like very White Queen-esque towering figure with icicle crown, long spikes for shoulder pads, and kind of Lich King-esque, an army of ice people. As you know, the House of Ice is about stasis, and it seems people were given immortality to serve her, and so they just stay as they were in her service. They take on this blue, icy flesh exterior, which you realize is what your alternate version is. You're okay, and you finally get to live out your Death Knight fantasy.
Yeah.
Listen, it got mentioned in the Afterlife expansion. See?
What
We don't talk about Shadowlands.
What was that game?
What plane are they on?
They would be.
I can guess.
Carcerai.
Yeah. Right. I contacted a
They seem to
jailer,
have
an actual jailer for
Yeah.
carcerate.
they have Mortice bound up there.
Oh, cool.
The previous god of death. They using her blood as part of the ingredients for the ritual to make these like undying ice subjects.
Ha, bitch.
Are you reading over my shoulder?
Okay. Is there anything else
I
anyone
guess
wants to
not.
look
No, I will hand this book back to the angel.
for? You hand it back to the
Thank
blind angel, who then goes to find a spot to put it on the shelf and sets it on the cart.
Thank you.
Of course.
And then
And he places a hand over the back of yours, and he just kind of gives you a smile. Says nothing. And then let's go. Then you see the Solar go pick up a broom and start sweeping. You want to roll insight check?
Kieran is one hair away from going full Omni Man. I'm gonna go back to the party. I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute among these animals.
Kind of like a member of the House of Dawn.
Hold on.
We go.
Have something for
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah. Hey, Cinema!
You know that's like never been used past the day that Dom put it in, but I just felt that I would need to leave it as I was looking through which one to sort out.
It's proof that Dom does exist.
All right, everyone, I have a plan.
As you convene in a little observation room.
Yes.
I am going to take on as the new head of a house of time. Cairn,
Mm-hmm.
you still have your blood magic, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Think you can pass that off with blood archaeomancy?
Wouldn't know. Never done it.
Good enough. Andario, think you can pass off some of your stone archaeomancy as stone archaeomancy?
Yeah.
All right, should be good. If we approach the leader of this place, the one who's in charge of that soul basket,
Mm-hmm. As you avoid saying Karen's name for his sake, as you see he's on the verge of a breakdown.
yes. We approach her and tell her that we are looking to undo the calamity which befell the House of Time, and that there are multiple archaeomancers coming together in order to undo this event. Being, of course, stone and me, but Karen pretending to be from blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's two.
Who did I get? Who was reading the book on the it was Morgana, wasn't it? The Domination of the Man. Morgana, it's now when you have information that would be prudent. As there was a way you could recruit somebody into getting powers of House of a Archaeomancy house. You could actually make Cairn a blood Archaeomancer if you did it right. You could give all of you Archaeomancy abilities.
Well,
But it would likely require going to other head bitch in charge's city to get that specific type. Unless Karen just wants the burning light of the sun as his abilities.
They're twitching.
It does seem that the process has a limit of one. You'll only be able to pick one house in this method. And if you already have an affinity for a house, it would have no effect. But there is free travel between their citadels. If you wanted to add to your reasoning, you could go and get your party abilities. It would, under microscope, verify that they have capabilities to do what you're saying.
So that could be a help if any of you have a desire or want affinity for any of the archaeomancies.
Me very hastily checking the pins to see if you pinned all the types.
I can give you the link to the article if you want.
That'd work. Is it in Excordian archives? No.
Yeah, it should be on. I don't think I've revealed the article. I mean, I'm gonna post it, but just ignore the mechanics part. It should be posted.
There it is. Thanks, Fergus.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's 7 houses. The time one, obviously, you couldn't get because there's no massive city to go to. But you all can go to any one you want. There's a very slow timer that you all work on to set things right. So don't feel like you have to rush and get it all done this session. The DM tentatively plans to have a little mini arc of you all here in the alternate timeline, because it's fun to explore, and you'll be able to go back with information that Archaeomancy in its prime that will inform your decisions in the normal timeline.
That sounds really cool, Connor.
Thank you. I just wanted to say it above board before you all go, well, we try and fix this as fast as possible, and we don't look around at all. And I go, but I made things. So.
I mean, he is right. That is a very good idea.
Yes.
Look, if it will help us get out of this nightmare.
Be right
go
back.
get infused with
I have to do something.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, if it helps get us out of whatever the hell this is, I'll go get infused with black magic or whatever the hell this is.
Karen, you gain a charge in your Shard of the Sun from being here.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, you could also take upon the aspect of Dawn.
The thought does cross your mind, Karen. You look at the brutality of what they have here, but you also think of the power of the sun on the vampire threat of Castor and being able to drop that hammer on them. And I won't tell you how to play your character, but you tell us. How tempted is Karen to try and wield this power, even after seeing what it can lead to?
Karen can go pretty low. Pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
He has never been more disgusted by other quote unquote mortals than right now. He doesn't want anything to do with Dawn, and he's almost afraid to go see what the hell is in the blood magic citadel.
Mm-hmm.
That's you being afraid of it, not Karen.
Karen, sorry.
For free, Pyro, or Karen, mm-hmm. I will say the regard these people have for these extraplaners reminds you painfully of that extremist group that you met early in the campaign and the one who works at the temple in Moonwatch. Mm-hmm. Their ideologies are scarily similar.
Yeah. Dawn would be the optimal choice, but Karen's not in it for being optimal right now. He is violently ill and pissed off.
Yeah.
He's going all in on blood just so he doesn't have to look at Dawn right now.
Okay. You all want to depart to the Citadel of Blood?
Before that, I'd like to continue giving my plan.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, you interrupted me literally at the beginning of it.
I'm sorry. I will stop talking until you tell me you're done.
Cool. 6 years later.
I will now interrupt you in the middle of
Fergus has now taken over the campaign. As long as he doesn't say the magic words, Connor is locked behind the vow.
He's now the chained god.
I have captured the DM.
Put the halo in his eyes. Do it.
Anyway. So, if we take upon the various house aspects, or at least pretend to, we can approach this Dawn Matron and explain to her that we're trying to re-emerge or undo the destruction to the House of Time and the planet upon which it's set. Does this planet have a name, by the way?
The DM was eating snacks as you were talking. I'll put the name in chat. Keep going.
Did he give you permission to speak?
Oh.
Bitch.
He didn't say he was done. You are enslaved.
And then undoing the destruction of it, of course, being willing to ally with the rest of the Archaeomancers. They'll all be destroyed when we leave, probably, so who gives a shit? We can bid for the soul of that Genasi fellow who was the leader of this little group that, well, was going to keep an eye on things, I suppose you could say. And with the two of them, perhaps figure out a way back to those events and recause them. Technically speaking, undoing the destruction that they underwent, just, destroying it in a different way this time, the way it was originally supposed to be destroyed.
Planning.
And then that would be a way we could get his soul and perhaps get a few of the other Archaeomancers on our side. Learn a bit more about Archaeomancy. I have a feeling that when we go back and try to undo the damage, quote unquote, mostly by causing a lot of damage that's supposed to happen, we're going to need as much power, both arcane, physical, thank you, Morgana,
Thumbs up.
as well as archaeomantic. I am so happy you caught on to that, man.
I
I
just got back what I missed.
Shane realized something that yeah.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Someone, please DM me.
We're just going over the plans on what we're doing. What we're laughing about right now is irrelevant to what is actually going on. It's just something funny that I noticed.
So
Columbus Gate.
that's the tentative idea I had. If anyone else has any ideas, I'd be more than willing to hear them now. But for the moment, I'm done.
I awaken at the dawn.
Get back at the box, DM.
Nope, he said the phrase, I'm free.
No, I'm just going to interrupt you now. Karen will lead forward. I read about the House of Ice. And they rule over parts of he shakes his head. That's where the god of death, Mortis, is in.
Oh my god!
I'm actually.
I misspoke. I pulled a name out of my ass. I had somebody in mind for the leader of the House of Ice. I can't find her.
Sucked out of my body.
I can't find her name, but it's the Vampire Empress from Caster.
I knew it. I know it.
Wait,
Why? What? Connor.
Yes.
Bitch made.
She's not a vampire in this timeline.
Fuck you.
Same disposition though.
Okay. Fuck off.
same position.
I
But
forgot what I was gonna say now. Never mind. God damn it.
Sorry, as you were saying things about, I was like, wait a minute. I had plans for this, for Karen to see that he was like following the Caster again. Oh right, I said things wrong.
All right. Twist the bullshit. Yeah. Here's your reaction, Connor. Fuck you. I forgot what I was saying. Completely. Now it's gone. Never mind.
Even in this timeline, you're subservient to the vampire queen.
Partially.
You know, when he said like the Lady of Ice, I knew it. I knew it was the fucking vampire bitch, even if she's not a vampire or whatever the situation is. I knew it was the same.
Yeah.
It was her incarnation in this fucking timeline.
Yeah.
Karen's natural state.
If I've seen propaganda, I should have recognized that face. You forgot.
Yes, you would have recognized it immediately. Connor just forgot about it until now.
All right, so now Karen is just even more frumpy faced. Carry on. I'm done.
You're talking about you'd seen the House of Ice. I think you were going to talk about which ones.
It's gone. Connor.
I'm pretty sure you were talking about which ones you were willing to take, if any.
No. Move along. The thought bubble's gone.
So
You're
anyway,
right.
does anybody else have any other ideas? That is an idea I came up with. Do not always follow my ideas. Other people come up with things.
The DM has also put out like books if you all investigate around or talk to NPCs that I can lead you to the plot point.
Yeah, my idea was we
While
circumvent.
Daryl is very smart, Norvin is not.
Okay.
I'm trying, Connor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to use my barbarian brain.
Shane, feed Norvin the smart thoughts he's supposed to be having as Daryl.
Please,
I'm,
do it.
I'm not treating you as a fucking vessel.
Don't mind me. I'll just build
I didn't fully hear the plans. I'll just roleplay that I'm still in the room trying to get the maps and things for us to search the mortal realm.
No, that's perfect. Actually, that's perfect. Actually, Tristan,
This pink lemonade is delicious.
How do you think we should go about getting that soul to figure out how to fix the timeline?
Frankly, I have no idea. This is...
Iro raises his hand.
Yes, Karen?
Waiting for permission to speak.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, like I said earlier, we could circumvent and say fuck all of this extracurricular bullshit and bust into the Hierophant's house. I guarantee there's something in there that can get us through this.
Karen does know the Hierophant being the time archdevil. If you'd gone to the Hells, that would have been the plot line. You can still go.
That was essentially my plan. We don't risk any of our bullshit, any soul-rending fuckery, any getting caught by the people who killed or caught the gods. We move into hell, bust into this. I know it has to be. There's no archdevil in there because we literally specifically blew up the entire guy from all timelines. We erased him, capital E.
Correct.
Whatever's in there, we take care of that.
Above board, you know that it will be an empty castle.
We go there, take whatever we want. Everything, in fact. And
actually,
bust a hole.
I will say I do like that idea because that also gives us a really good method of figuring out how to actually
time travel
back. Because I don't actually know Dream of the Blue Veil yet.
Yeah, my idea is trying to figure out the location that we need to time travel at.
Because
I
that
like
was the
Pyro's
idea,
actually.
Yeah, because that was the idea I was putting forth earlier before we got jumped up to Mount Celestia. I was working up to that.
Okay. Well, hold on. We can actually combine these because you're talking about we don't know where to jump to. If we grab that dude, we can use him to jump to the area in which he was born. That'll get us into the right area and the right timeline.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go invade the Hierophant's place.
Joint operation. So we're gonna invade the Hierophant, see what things he has available that can help us, and then we're going to try to break into the Dawn generator and steal his soul, and then use him as a means to reach that time.
Or
Yeah,
vice versa.
break into, diplomat our way through. Yeah.
So we're doing the castle first or the Hierophant first?
Castle first. We probably want to wait out.
Then we should really just to get out the way, go get Archaeomancy.
Yeah.
All right.
It was put on the board, and even though I'm deliberately not taking Dawn because this,
I'd probably
I
take Dawn.
I mean, to be fair, the power has no measure over how the people use it.
that Pyro agrees. Karen is visibly disgusted.
I'm gonna try and not do this as a lore dump, but the person who becomes the Archaeomancy Weave is essentially the one who interprets that definitional magic where you say the thing that does this. It's that person's
Yeah.
interpretation of it. So the person and the ideals around this House of Dawn kind of give a reflection of what that person's ideals are. So if you say like the swords that burns the vampires, it's not going to slightly scorch them. It's going to like incinerate everything about them. It's draconian and cruel magic in most cases.
Okay, so forget what I just said. Apparently, magic is poisoned here by who wields it.
We already knew this, right?
Yes.
Because of the
I mean,
the
we
Lady of the
knew
House of Stone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we already knew this.
You did know this. You get a cookie, Pyro. You get the first Connor point.
Give me a card, you asshole!
Enjoy your Connor point.
I didn't get a card for being Markiplier. Fuck you.
Everybody else remember my lore? Card. Pyro, you get a thumbs up, buddy.
Hey, hey.
That's for horses.
Hi.
Let's get the timeline straight here, buddy. I got one 2 days ago.
You're right.
No.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
you have a
That
Connor
timeline
point,
doesn't
I have a
exist
Connor
anymore.
Mhm.
Gotta set
In
things
that-
right so you can be the first one again.
In that case, I have 1,000,000 Connor coins.
Phenomenal.
Scattered.
Your soul coin suddenly rebrand.
Everybody in them is just named Connor.
I dream
Just
of
me.
the blue veil in a Bitcoin.
All right, so yeah, I like that idea better.
Thank you.
Ideas, people? Yay,
Sounds
nay?
pretty good.
No. I burned out my only idea with
Of
campaign,
course,
sorry.
the only thing that I could imagine Morgana would like to do is instead of politically get in there is turn on Freebird and get to work. But that's probably not best.
I mean, I got a feeling we're gonna do a lot of free birding through this palace, temple, pyramid thing.
That depends on how you want to approach it.
I happen to have a feeling that if you leave a quote-unquote wizard's lair empty of the guy who runs it for long enough, experiments tend to break out.
Time and experience.
Yes.
Active anomalies. So from what I'm hearing,
I
the
have
interpretation of the magic. You're not trying to imply I go and I try to take that bitch's hat off her, right? Because that's dumb. We'll die. I don't want that.
Huh?
What?
I don't know. Saying shit about the what you interpret makes it. I'm like, I'm not about to be the interpretation on the
No.
power of Sunny D.
Oh
No,
no, you don't
that's-
become. No.
That's if you become the truth gate.
What if
From
we
Full
killed
Metal.
Kill.
Been established. That's what makes them the
Mhm.
like. That's what the governess is the mortal tether to the stone archaeomancy in your world. She's the like. Somebody became the interpretation, and that's what made her so confident, feeling like she's like this godlike being, because
Mhm.
she has a whole weave at her
Yeah.
command.
So yeah, Karen's
mean,
not
I
interested in
wouldn't
that interpretation of Dawn.
All right.
And again, might not be too keen on the interpretation of blood made by
I
evil.
mean, if you
deaths,
don't
but
want anything about that, I'll try Dawn.
by all means, do what you want.
I am the
I
Morning
wash
Star.
my hands of this heresy.
Silver's bullets of disintegration become even more disintegrating.
As
Not
long
wrong.
as you eventually
That's-
end up on Castork, I still win.
Purification and destruction.
And-
that sounds something
Just to
And
about
your
silver.
attitude to
Just
be a
a
monster hunter
recap.
kind of lines up. I mean,
just a recap. Andara has stone and shadows.
yes.
Zankari has time. Does he have another one?
Chaos.
Time and
That's
chaos.
That's
Makes
how I
sense.
promise not to turn off the sun.
Okay.
But I won't.
So dawn, blood, and ice are untouched.
Baron's looking to go to blood.
And he wants to go to blood. Silver is interested in dawn. Well, it looks like Morgana will do ice.
Oh, good.
Stasis and stagnation for
Oh,
the one
goody.
who has had her entire existence change in about the span of a year.
Whose entire essence is about birth and new beginnings, fresh starts.
Remix.
Oh.
Wicked, wicked.
Of course, Pyro will go the Dunestag route.
He said, "You can't play it. I can't play Doomsday, but I'll
he already
continue
was
to say-"
heavily emphasis on blood stuff in his regular thing, and then
Yeah.
Little do they know,
I
session
will
one,
find
Pyro
that
set up this
portal and
plan
go
with
find Uranus, you creature. Get him in here. Oh, God, help me.
Who do you think the
No,
Archon of
they're
Chaos is? I'm kidding.
Actually,
Ah,
to be
I'll come for
fair,
you.
Morgana, you are currently having a problem with the not life half of you acting up in like the regular timeline, right?
Stasis.
Stasis and stagnation might actually be able to cool that off a little bit.
that's true.
Walking yourself and you install a cooling system.
Bruh. Built a fan in that bitch.
I mean, she already got the RGB. Might as well.
Connor.
Yeah.
Okay, so she overclocks herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she stagnates all of that excess heat, right?
Yeah.
Chest laser beam when it's over.
Yeah, let's do it.
Give that bitch
Ice time.
Imagine
Heavy beam.
We'll put a pin in it and we'll work out the specifics of it at a later date. But the idea's on the
Yay.
board.
Morgana out here actively turning into
Morgana
a
seeing
cannon.
another Gith uniter. Kame.
Bee.
Kame.
Look,
No,
I
she's turning
am
into
playing-
Iron Man.
I'm playing a machine life form halfway. I will do anything that gives me the excuse to have steam emanate from her while she's like popping off.
Yeah.
I'll
Mega
take it.
Godzilla.
All right.
Oh, you walk up to the
In that case, I guess we leave and plane shift
Well,
to
the Dawn one first, since you're already here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's get Silver
go get him
situated.
slotted in.
There is what used to be like a temple to the gods, like Palor's temple. Like it seems to have been remade, and you see this like glowing, like yellow sunlight fountain, and a like a little cushion in Neon and a place to place your hands. It seems like this is the place where you would go essentially convert.
Yes.
Silver, would you like to commit to the House of Dawn?
I guess I will. The House of Dawn will disappear once we change the timeline. So,
Yeah, you will retain your ability to make this archaeomancy.
yeah.
It's just there will be like an open interpretation when you get back. Until somebody takes that position.
Oh, a throne.
You place your hands on it and you feel a slight tingling to a burning to a scorching as you all see like all his veins lighting up and his skin becoming see-through for a moment as it just sunlight fills him. after a flash of light. Silver, what physiological difference now signifies that you carry the light of the sun in you? Is it a change in eye color, a streak of hair, tattoo appears? What feels like a cool change or addition? It could be as little or as big as you want.
Oh, that is.
Think
Great.
about
Now
it.
I have to go make a new art for him, but in a sort of a way, he has now kind of like highlights in his hair that actually shine,
Ooh. Does he have a little good boy
sort of
halo?
a silvery sunlight,
Ooh, I like it.
almost like a new dawn kind of feel.
I like it. You stand up, you walk over to everyone, and anybody who like shakes Silver's hand will notice that he is like warm to the touch.
And
whenever you shake his hand.
and my dark blue eyes are now kind of sky blue.
Ooh, I like it.
You say, hold on. What'd you say, Connor?
Silver's now warm to the touch, like sitting in a sunbeam.
Silver, I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh no. Okay. I do have the. Let's see. I do have my. Let me do. I am in my gauntlets of ogre strength.
How do you feel about sunlight pouring through the seams of your armor too?
A little bit. It feels interesting. So, okay.
Roll that athletics or acrobatics as Morgana's coming in for a grapple.
Silver used solar beam.
Morgana used.
I'll have Morgana roll first and I'll see.
Okay. You consider that I'm now rolling like a super useless check, so it's going to give me something really high.
Never know.
Picture, if you will.
You never know.
I'm well aware.
I mean, there's no way I could contest that really, unless I. Let me see. What do I have that
Burning
could?
cards, flash of a genius, inspiration, everything just to avoid a bear hug.
I mean, I wouldn't. I just don't want to be crushed by the bear hug. That's what
She's
I'm
not crushing
worried
you.
about.
She's just, you won't get away.
Correct. You've got armor and
She's
you are
not
strong.
like annihilating you. She's used to holding Endariel's fragile self.
Glomp, not a death squeeze.
Okay,
Yes.
if it's just a glomp, I won't be mad about it. If it's. She has hugged me before, so I'm okay with her hugs. So I'm just worried that she's trying to crush me. So
Her eyes aren't glowing. She's not trying to kill us right now.
Right now.
she's still
Anyway.
super strong with the.
She's carrying by the throat while she
She
hugs
crit me.
you.
We're
You
gonna-
feel she lifts you off the ground just a little bit, and like your toes kind of trace on the floor. She's trying to get as much contact as possible, but you are not trash compacted.
Yeah.
You don't go through the baler. But as Morgana's holding you and you're very warm, you'll just see her get the super relaxed face like she is sleeping under a recently dried blanket.
Oh man, this is gonna hurt like hell for him when we go back.
Probably.
You know, let's see if Morgana even hears that. You might send her into the pits of despair for about 20 minutes. Perception. Yeah, she heard that. She just freezes for a moment, and you all hear like the sound of breaking glass as her facial expression just absolutely flips 180 into just despair as she sets Silver down, pats
Yes.
him down, and then just sits down and grabs her knees.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Shane, can I yes and your despair?
Yeah.
As you sit down, you kind of like grab one of your totems and you're just kind of toying over the little Melphite statue in your hands. Realizing that the little stone here, meaning that Malira is still alive and kicking. And you think back at Melphite, beaten up with grief, and then there's this version of her here, and you start to spiral at the implications.
And
You-
Mom's not a statue, and I
Mhm.
could have got a hug.
Uh-huh.
I mean, still.
So you kind of spiral a little bit, thinking like, oh my god, how can I ever look at Melphite again, knowing like I can meet Malira, and like be like, oh no, but she's still gone. So you'll see Morgana kind of falling into herself as you grab her by the hand and head to the next place. You're gonna give her a minute to recover and go to the House of Blood first, and then ice, or you're gonna throw her straight into the ice.
Karen will turn into a bear and go and hug Morgana.
Soft fur brushes up against Morgana.
She'll just roll over and like plant herself into as much bear as possible. The bear meadow.
Father bear ult.
Better ice, y'all.
Blood.
Yeah, blood.
Probably good to do blood first.
You go over to the interdomain gates and walk up to the arch for the House of Blood.
That's on the material, isn't it?
It's like you see these like permanent planar gates here on a little arc. First,
Karen.
Karen,
Is it still Baron? Or
is it
he
still
like
Baron?
In
regular
order
form?
in order to avoid any fuckery, I'll just go back to bed to being an orc case. What the bear? Some reason. Chill.
Wait! He's dragged off and
Okay.
turned into parts.
Yeah, no.
So Karen!
Yeah, no. I avoiding any fuckery along those lines. Yeah.
The image of Karen being dragged away by minions screaming for Zonkiri to save him is very funny to me for some reason.
Release me.
Zonkiri, the Oompa Loompas have me!
I get trucked up by lot. No,
Don't worry, the musical number hasn't started yet. You're good.
Boom, 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 boom. Uh-oh.
What's it like of chocolate? No.
As you step through, you see a space station orbiting a large purple and blue pastel-colored star. See that there is a sprawling market of forges and artificers here, and Silver, you at least feel when you step through behind Karen, you all feel this sense of home as you look at this tech advancement here. As you look on the ground, you see like these waves of energy of different colors as you're standing there. Those of you who've seen Katira regain her emotions, you see this colors sort of correspond. It seems like this little like circuitry groove responds to your emotional state.
I just did that to like a campaigner.
Aaron, sensing your desire to look for the House of Blood, you just see there's like a little light in the floor that's like guiding you on a tour to take you forward through the market.
I'll follow it, praying I don't see any heinous shit.
Outsiders, bound or chained here, you see people. People working with prosthetics, legs made from technology stuff. You see about a dozen different infirmaries. heading large staircase.
I'm preserving my emotional state. Yeah.
You walk past on the down the stairs leads to a memorial area. Up the stairs leads to society stuff. Which direction did you want to go?
Say that again.
Higher society artisanal stuff at the next level up. You want to go up or down?
Which one's leading me on a little emotional thing?
It leads you based on where you want to go. So this is kind of a logic loop.
Okay. Trying to go. I'll check out the memorial.
You step down, and you see a sea of candles lit, and a wall with names etched in it. And you see a small solium plate in front of the first vegetation you've seen here. A bushel of flowers. These purple and pink hydrangeas. You see some blue tulips. Do you want to approach this center stage golden plate?
Yes.
Memory of a little etching of we assume to be someone important's family. You see like a half-elf man, a set of twins, a young girl, and a some sort of sorcerer in a large hat.
I will pay my respects and not set off any traps and not touch that.
Like watermark imprinted on it with a large DS signature.
Mhm.
Sorry, DD. I don't know where the S came from.
Probably there's a D. Karen will nod at it. He won't pray because that's dumb. And will pretty much pay his respects and then stand up and walk back up the stairs.
Okay. Did you want to go up to the artisanal level?
I suppose so.
It kind of like leads in a like a tower. Like it just kind of keeps going up until you get to the temple area where you would be able to get your blood archaeomancy.
And then I'll keep going on that.
It seems like the person who designed the station didn't want people to just pop in and take up the charge. Wanted them to see what it's like to be in the house and then be able to choose if they wanted to be a part of it or not.
I want to get the. Yeah, you were saying the feel and interpretation of it earlier. I want to see if we can get an interpretation of this guy's blood.
Bind family. His blood is ties that bind family together. To make the House of Blood an extended family of outcasts. Whether to make life a little easier for the little guys. That's the infirmaries, the memorial for people to mourn their loss in the wars. Content for outsiders still, but less like the Dawns burn it all to ash, and more like a tied up with these affairs if you can help it.
Stalwart indifference.
You see a large forge with this glowing sun moat that people seem to be making these sun-infused weapons at. You carry on. I'm assuming the party is behind you by a few paces at any time, by the way. If anybody wanted to jump in and say anything or look at a place.
So this guy that beat on me in case the sun turns me into a vampire.
You make your way up to the penultimate level, and you see a. It doesn't have the temple look like the House of Dawn. It has more of an office look. You see kind of plain decorations, banners of the house, and a little like bird bath with blood slowly rippling in it. And a platinum cup sitting on a table next to it, in front of it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Feeling the symbolism weighing down on his shoulders like there's a cosmic clown staring at him. Ken will go and pick up the cup. He will dip it in the fountain. Which end did I have Mammoth Max's thing on? It's probably a bad idea to use the Mammoth Max hand. I'm going to say, in case I'm wrong, I'll say it now. Mammoth Max is on my offhand, the left one, and the middle ones are on the right one. I'll use the right hand. Middle.
In and scoop it up. They sort of soak in the blood, and the curse changes a little bit. A breath of fresh air kind of wash over you.
Irony's a bitch, and I'll down the cup. What the fuck? Okay.
You put your hand through it.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
You place your hand in it.
Yep.
You feel this warm, like a blood transfusion, begin to fill you up. Think back to the family you've had on Castard, all the children you saved, not just the ones you lost. And the friends you've made along the way, the connections, the lives you've changed. And as you open your eyes, you see that your armor, that was previously like a brass, has now been stained this deep red, and you have a whole gauntlet to your elbow. House of Arcana, the House of Blood. Other than the gauntlet, as you'll soon discover you can retract, does taking on this mantle provide in care?
That's actually what I was going to change. I was going to say the middle turns red. Hee hee ha. Pretty much, his bones are now properly like shiny red.
Mhm.
So maybe little red streaks in his teeth.
You discover also, like I said, you focus on the gauntlet, and it all rescinds, like going into your bones, and you just have normal flesh again.
Neat.
You see, look down at your skin, where there's like a tan line, and you know it was supposed to turn that like a bony undead ash underneath, but it's healthy, supple flesh, and you think this curse may have just lost its harmful effects.
Neat.
You turn around and see the party there.
Give him a thumbs up.
The armor drops, and gauntlet falls out without you paying attention.
Go to practice on that.
Well, it seems your natural state is to have it out, but you can turn it off consciously whenever you want.
I'll keep it out just so it acts as an indicator while we're here.
Find the feature you've unlocked with
So I'm
first
forced.
progressing.
So I'm less likely to ask me, so I don't have to lie to people.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it.
Is there anything else you want to do while you were here? White items or anything?
Yes, actually.
Still above you, but it seems to be only for the Archon himself.
Yep, I won't fuck with that.
What?
No.
Which world are we in? No, like which?
Prime material.
Station
No.
in middle space.
Oh, space station. Space
Orbiting a-
station and
orbiting
the prime material, if I'm correct.
Orbiting a star. Pink and purple.
Oh, I swear you said that. Okay.
It's technically the prime material, yes, but it's not like
We're
you can see the same way you could see like
we're in the same tri-state area, but we're not the exact zip code.
Norvin's gonna yell at me for saying incorrect science things, but like think about on Earth looking at the moon, you can look and see the prime material plane on the other side.
Is there anything of note being sold?
Quality weapons and armor at reasonable rates. i.e.
Sure, I'll take a
plus
look.
plus 2s with a 20% off discount.
Yeah. Breastplate.
Plus 2 breastplate. Okay. Rarity. It's very rare, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Late. I'll have you roll for the shop stuff, and we can, if you all wanted to shop for anything, message it in chat between the week. I want to get through giving Morgana her ice thing before we end the session.
All right, then real quick, I'll just say Karen buys some, let's see here, poppies, and then puts them at that gravesite.
Incense.
Fuck you.
Dial instead of just 7 different ones, and you set it to ice, and you see the portal color change. And Karen, you kind of look at the dial, and it just changes as if by telekinesis after you've taken on your blood power. The whole ship seems to be made of living metal in response to any blood Archaeomancer's will. Switch it to ice and step through. You all find yourself, Karen, in a hauntingly familiar landscape of sprawling ice and a towering tar black citadel where a powerful despot lives. As you do feel a headache, Karen, like a spider sense tingling, just stepping through here.
Oh, I shouldn't be here. I should not be here.
As you all proceed to this large, sprawling, frozen garden area, you eventually find your way to a place you've been frozen over. It is a staircase up with a little platform, almost like a diving board. And it seems to join the House of Ice. It's a bit of a leap of faith scenario.
You sound far away.
Oh, that's because I knocked my mic and I hit the gain down. Spiral staircase. Spiral staircase into a diving board. Dive into a frozen lake. That's the Ice Archaeomancer one. Let me know if there's anything you want to like feel about its interpretations before you get up there.
So I do have yeah.
It's a diving board.
Yeah, basically into a frozen pond. That like they had the blood pool and the dawn water. Like this one is you dive into a frozen pond essentially. Submerge yourself.
Are there a bunch of holes in it from other people doing this?
You can see cracks where it has refrozen over them. Or rather, the ice is broken and then refrozen.
Not sure. Not sure what to think about the diving board. Trying to think of how Morgana would embrace stasis and stagnation.
Do you want to look around and see if some of the other things around here before you commit? I kind of just gave you
Sure.
the thing in case you wanted to run through it because we're getting towards the end of it. But you see multiple ice statues of legendary heroes and plaques to their conquests. You see them memorialized in these long halls of great warriors for the House of Ice. You see these like not mindless but kind of joyless drones walking around and doing jobs. They seem to be those iceborne people given immortality. And you walk through this hall of heroes, and you see them all kind of made of stone and their weapons of ice. And you can't help but imagine yourself a little bit immortalizing your heroism in a statue like this, and hoping one day you might end up in a hall like it. And you kind of get the glory and legacy vibe from this ice one, that it's their interpretation is they make things that last. They'll be here a while. They leave legacies and histories and stories, and they leave an effect that doesn't change or get stopped. When they change things, that's how they stay. And you feel a bit of camaraderie with that.
A little bit, especially since we're very weird to imagine Morgana aging, as she's a robot.
Yeah,
She's pretty timeless,
it's part of it.
to our understanding. Morgana could get behind that kind of thing. Thinking about how she could embrace that she may last a long time and use that lasting to do something with the life that she's been given. Something that makes marks.
Is now the time she heads to take the plunge? Or is there somewhere else she wanted to go or talk to someone she wanted to talk to?
What do you guys think? I think that's enough guidance for Morgana to take on ice. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna say talk to someone, I'm gonna roll wrong, and the fucking Empress bitch is gonna be there, and Karen's gonna have a heart attack.
No, I mean, like, did you want to talk to Indario? Or
Oh, I thought you were saying like talk to someone who has the archaeomancy.
no,
I was like,
I was like,
I think the Empress I'm worried about right now,
options.
to be honest.
I guess she would go up to
You don't have
everybody.
to. Yeah. You all kind of see Morgana turn around in this hall of heroes and look back at you all.
Perhaps with this kind of ideology, I don't really know for sure what the life that I had been made into would fully entail. But this doesn't look that. This looks interesting. To leave behind something. To carve something out that is remembered.
A legacy.
My creation was the legacies of others, the ones of Aegis, Melira. It would be nice to have my own. Trying to think of something that she would want to say to Endario.
Mhm.
But Morgana has 11 int.
I'm sure her
Smarter than the
charisma's even
average.
better.
Smarter than the average person.
Mhm.
Yes, but she's also 2 years old.
Ayo, lock Andariel up. Get the police.
And Ariel, go to jail. He'll walk up to Andariel. A lot of things that you've said. There's a lot of things about the world that you don't enjoy. But perhaps, given time, maybe we can create legacies that change those things.
That would be nice.
He will smile and once again give Andariel a full contact hug. As presses their faces together and everything.
Daryl will reciprocate. Squeeze as tightly as Andariel can. Here, strength
Roll
check.
the strength. Roll the strength.
Hey, that ain't bad for her.
You get a strong ass slap. Just kidding. Is now the time you make your way up the stairs, or is there anyone else you
Yes.
want? Okay.
Having board time.
You walk up what is essentially a flight and a half of stairs, in a spiral staircase, and look down at this frozen pond. And you see the stone bends slightly down to kind of make people trip and lose their balance if they try and give up. Do you take the leap of faith?
I had a very interesting idea earlier, and
Mhm.
Morgana's going to do it now. She's going to look down at the leap, and she's going to put her hand to her chest to feel that heartbeat.
Mhm.
And she's going to engage violence protocol for just a moment
Oh.
to see what it does to her heart.
It begins to race. Like pouring adrenaline into your body. You can feel every part of you just begin to wind up. It feels good.
And with her squeezing her fist and with a grin of excitement, Morgana will hop and dive in.
You said with your fist clenched, are you doing like a superhero 3-point landing punch into it? Or are you like cannonball head first?
She's just clenching.
Ah.
She's hyper.
Gotcha. You all see her fall through into this icy water. And you see down there, Morgana, like frozen bodies of people who never resurfaced from the ice. Possibly people who weren't committed enough, or were only kind of into it. But you have a reason to get out of here, as you feel the like ice clinging to your body, threatening to pull you down and keep you stuck here forever. You remember your warmth. You remember your family, and you need to get back to them. So you swim like hell up. And you all see after she breaks through, the ice quickly freezes back over. And you go over, worried at first. God, she's going to be trapped. Does she have to breathe now? Before a cyborg hand punches through the ice and grabs the edge of the pool. And lifts herself up.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Morgana reattuned to all her stuff.
Oh, yeah. You break me off what it looks like as you reemerge.
And I want to emphasize that when Morgana thinks of her family, she thinks of Malphite. She thinks of the statue of her mother. For only a fleeting moment, as she remembers that you're all waiting atop the ice. And her wings come out. And instead of a cyborg hand shooting up, you watch as Morgana's chainsaws slam into the ice and she shoots upwards. With a wicked spin, showering ice and water everywhere.
You see as the flurry of snow starts to kind of fall on you all from her flinging this water. As for our last part of the session, Morgana, as you come to touch down, what quirk do you pick up from taking on the House of Ice?
Morgana, if you all look at her picture, I'll just repost it so you guys don't have to zoom in and roll 20. But the plates on Morgana's face, the ones under her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
they now have a streak of small ice covering those plates.
Ooh.
Kind of like how there's a character in an anime I watched a long time ago where she covered herself in ice. And I'll use that picture to convey this message. Where she is basically wearing ice like that under the or on top of those plates.
Cool. I like it. As you go and grab Daryl's hand, you feel this tiefling who runs warm. Now is holding the hand of his girlfriend, or holding the hand of her girlfriend, who now runs a little cold, and you all have that perfect little thermal equilibrium as you bring each other both to a comfortable temperature, holding hands. And that'll be where we end episode 68.
Hot Gay!